Tonight's greatness in barbecue entertainment is partnered with the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads, the barbecue store in Hempstead, the Chupacabra Throwdown, Team Cosmos Q Products, Full Printing Wraps and Graphics, We Branded Promotions, Texas Oil Dust, Team Rec Tech, Texas Original Charcoal, the Navy SEAL Danny Dietz Memorial Classic, Texas Chrome Heroes Foundation, Pinkerton's Barbecue, K&R Pipeline Services, Smokin' Magic, All Fired Up Cook-Off, Laredo Roofing Solutions, Half-Fast Cookers, and the Chopping Block in Webster and Victoria. Thank you for supporting the So Smokin' Gooder Show.
If you're gonna put it in the box, put it in the box.
And stamp it.
I call it bass boat.
Bass boating?
Have you ever seen a bass boat go down the water and everything like that?
Oh, and he nailed it. Oh, shit. Hashtag bass boat.
Hey, what's up? I'm Cosmo, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. So grab a drink, park your ass, and don't forget to smash that subscribe button and ring that bell so you don't miss a thing.
Hey there, everybody. This is Aaron the Retro Guy, host of the Morning Roast Radio Show, and you're locked in to the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Give it to them, fellas.
Hey, we got any more beer here?
3, 2, 1. Hi, I'm Brad.
And I'm Bree, and we're Smokin' Magic.
And you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Let's go.
Oh,
Yeah. This is Bill Purvis with Chicken Fried Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Boom.
You're watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Can you take the whole horn? You can't take the bullhorn barbecue, baby. Let's go.
Are you ready to turn up the heat?
1. Let's go!
Because you've just tuned in to the one and only So Smokin' Gooder Show. We're coming to you live from Bullhorn Barbecue headquarters in Cypress, Texas. This is the show where we talk all things barbecue and brews, and you better believe we're here to have a good time. Get ready for the man who knows barbecue like the back of his hand, the guy who can tell you the difference between an IPA and a stout blindfolded, and the life of every party, your barbecue pitmaster and the host with the most, Rob Arocha. Whether you're part of the Gooder Gang or just here for the special guests, barbecue competition updates, or maybe even to rate some boxes, strap in, fire up those smokers, and crack open a cold one, because the So Smokin' Gooder Show starts now.
Yes! Welcome to the So Smokin' Gooder Show. What is up, Gooder Gang? We are back. A little week hiatus, but we're back. Happy to be back. I am your show host, Robert, for watching the So Smokin' Gooder Show. Thank you very much for tuning in. It is a little after 8 o'clock on a Wednesday, October the 9th. How are you guys and gals? If you're listening or watching from Florida, you are either out of the way of the big hurricane or hunkered down, because that is looking like a big storm. And shout out and much love to our people in Georgia, North Carolina, Florida, everybody else. because lots of weather going on right now. Hopefully everybody is safe and sound. If you're listening to my voice, we send our thoughts and prayers to you guys. Make sure you're bunkered down. My sister Linda is in the path of the hurricane. She is luckily out of there, but her home is still there. So definitely on my mind what's going on in Florida with Hurricane Milton right now. It is an active hurricane right now. So hopefully you guys are everybody listening right now. I hope you're safe right now. So, all right. Well, welcome to the show. Happy to be back. We took a week last week. My sons were playing baseball, so I wasn't able to do the show. And our co-host, Mr. Eddy Morales, and our producer, Ty, we decided to let's just take a week off. Let's regroup and come back strong with a special guest. And that special guest, which we'll bring on here momentarily, is my barbecue homie, hashtag barbecue homie, Mr. Danny Regan from Hell Yeah Barbecue. But before we get to any and all of that, I got to bring on the co-host of the show. Right now, we're talking about Mr. Eddy Morales with the Pitfather Barbecue. What is up, Eddy?
What's up, brother?
What's up, brother? How are you, my man?
Oh, man. Can't complain. Can't complain.
Yeah. I can't complain either. So far, things are good. How are things with the Pitfather and what's going on with Mr. Eddy Morales and fam?
Man, Eddy Morales is great. His family's good. You know, work is good. Pitfather, man, fuck that guy. He ain't worth the shit.
Hey, I don't know what's going on. I have a ghost lamp over here, so it might be flickering. I'm trying to get that out of the shot, but it might be flickering just a little bit. But yeah, I mean, you're the Pitfather, bro. You're doing fine. You're doing fine.
Yeah, I ain't worried. I mean, I got my ass whooped this weekend, but what do you do? You know, I wouldn't change a thing about my turn-ins. I had a 10th pork. That was about it. 11th rib, fucking 15th chicken, and they hated my brisket. But man, after seeing some of the boxes that walked this weekend all over fucking Texas, I mean, I don't know, bro. I don't know.
I know what you mean. I saw a few of those. You know, I'm trying to get this.
Like, if that's what y'all want, man, I can't give you that.
You know what? You just got to adapt and overcome. You know, as much as we try to promote beautiful turn-ins in boxes in our Rate My Box segment, sometimes maybe we're too pretty. I mean, obviously, look at us right now. We're not talking boxes right now, but look at us.
Absolutely. You're absolutely right. But man, that just makes me more like firm on, man, KCBS is just a little bit.
That is your favorite.
I mean, because they appreciate the good looking shit. It's hard to get a bad score on appearance and fucking.
No, everybody loves to talk about topics in the barbecue world. We're talking about Mr. Danny Regan. We'll get him here in just a minute. But yeah, you know, it's definitely subjective what we do here in Texas, right? People are off the street or off the whatever we call it. But yeah, they're not certified. So we do have to have a turn-in that is appeasable to a lot of people's palates and likes and dislikes and whatnot. And so some people, well, you know, we grew up in Texas. You know, we've seen all kinds of meats in restaurants throughout the state of Texas. So, you know, it just matters. It just depends on what they've grown up, they've seen and whatnot. So we have to adapt and overcome. But I still believe that what we do on the show with the Rate My Box, where everybody makes it perfect, is still going to triumph more often than not.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. I've tried to turn in some ugly shit, bro, and I just can't. I'm gonna fucking burn my ribs or burn my chicken, or I mean, I saw a pork box that was, man, I just saw a pork box this weekend. I'm like, fuck. Jesus. You know, I can't do that.
Hey, you know what?
I wanted to, man. I couldn't.
Well, we'll definitely talk about that with our guest of the evening. We're talking about Mr. Danny Regan. Oh, yeah, barbecue. We'll get him on in just a moment. But first off, you know what we got to do always? We got to give some shout outs and some love to the people that support us and watch this show each and every week. They're they're climbing in right now. People, the numbers are going up right now. But first in, we're going to have producer Ty putting them up there on the screen, and I'm going to read them right now. First in, how about Jimmy Edmondson with Mr. Keen Sharpening Service? Let's bring Ty in real quick because I know he sent his location in. Ty, what's up, man? How you doing, my man?
Hey, what's happening, sir?
Joe, love to see more of Ty. Is good for the show. But did Jimmy send you his locations this weekend?
Yeah, absolutely. I've got them on there. They should be popping up here. Mr. King Sharpening Service PSA. Plan to go to the Q for the Blue Saturday night, and then Saturday either Cuero or Castroville, whichever has the biggest turnout. Possibly both, time permitting.
All right, Eddie, we've talked about him before. You use him. I use him. I feel like he should charge a little more, but he provides an amazing service. Talk just a moment about Mr. Keen Sharpening Service, Eddie, please.
Man, yeah, drives up right to your spot, man. You hand him your knives, and quick as I don't know. As soon as you come back out, he's ready, and man, he charges fairly cheap. And man, I agree, he should probably charge a little bit more, but man, if he's comfortable with that, he's doing a great job with it. And man,
he takes cash and Venmo and probably cash.
Oh yeah, so, he takes off. So man, you ain't got to worry about not having cash.
Absolutely,
I never have cash. I don't know if he takes checks, but he takes everything.
No, I doubt he takes checks. Does anybody still take checks? I have no idea. All right. Next up, ZZ Top Fan. What is up? Evening all. We got Carlos Calzada from Smoking Lows. He's at the Jack right now. What's up? How are you? Daddy Dutch Barbecue. Carlos, best of luck. Yes, good luck. The Dude Barbecue. There he is right there. What's up, Gooder Gang? Nicho Heredando. What's going on? Good evening, everyone. Congrats on the GC. Yeah, we'll talk about that here in just a minute. Wise Burrows. I'm sorry. Pissing me off, my man. Wise Burrows Barbecue. What's going on? My pits are burning. Kevin Hernandez. What is that, my man? Corby Simpkins. Doodle Q, if you don't already know. G Waltz. What's happening? Good. What's up, fuckers? All right. I like it. Louis Gonzalez. Hell yeah. What is up, all? Jared McCrory. That is Barefoot Cookers, if you don't already know. Stephen Pfeiffer. Team LFG. Let's go. There's our follow team. Surge checking in. What's up, Gooder Gang? Hashtag Bullhorn Worldwide. Absolutely. Bobby Delgado. Quattro D Barbecue or drums. Quality drums right there from Bobby Delgado. Hit him up if you need something like that. Eric Arnold, Big E Barbecue continues to crush it. He was on my top 10 in the power rankings. Time to do a new power rankings, Eddie. We got to think about that. I think we did the last one was July the 20th. So we're coming up on 3 months. So it's time to start thinking about that and updating our power rankings. They may change. They may not. They may change. We'll see. Bottoms Up Smokers. What is up, my man? I'm sorry. Teresa Edmondson. That's the wife of Jimmy. How are you? Bottoms Up Smokers. What's going on? We got Sam Freeze. He GC'd or RGC'd this weekend. Congratulations, Sam. We'll talk about that in the Bull Printing Wraps and Graphics wrap up recap. Johnny Mag. Barbecue. Twisted D. Donnie is in checking in. What's going on? There's our favorite German cooker, Uwe Braun, my man. How about Brandon Perriman? What's up, Gooder Gang? Peter Harrison. That is a new name. Thank you for checking in, man. We do this show each and every Wednesday at 8 o'clock Central. Love to have you back on. Armando De Luna killed it this weekend. He said, I shouldn't have told you about my honey hole, Rob. We'll see, but he finished 4th overall. Kevin Wise, what's up, Kevin? How are you, my man? Let's see. Great to see you, Kevin, by the way. Larry Vaughn, Sr. checking in. Ocala Q, Randall Johnson. We'll get him on the show. Erica Ibata Dodson. Hey, Rob and Eddie. I think they did well this past weekend. RGC as well. Gacho Bad Barbecue. I like that name. Tony Longoria. What's up, my man? How are you? We got Corby's back. Rini Gonzalez. What's up, boys? Who else we got here? Ty. There it is right there. Man, a lot of people checking in. I like this right now. James Dodson is checking it. Case Han, I'm here, so I won't get fun. That is a Marshawn Lynch reference right there. Who else we missing? Mike Rockbach. What's up, everybody? That old money. Case Han is back there. Gordo Q, Firebox Barbecue. Aaron Leslie, he is flying to the Jack. What's up, bitches? I'm headed out early to the Jack in the morning. And Stacy Hale with a simple hi. What's up, Stacy? How are you?
That's more like hi.
You guys. Yeah, that was more like hi. What's up, David Keno? How are you, my man? Hey, shout out to the Gooder Gang. Thank you so much for checking in each and every Wednesday. We do this show again each and every Wednesdays at 8 o'clock Central. We love having you guys here. All right, Ty, let's bring Ty back in here.
What's up, sir?
How are you, my man? Before we get to the guests, anything you want to add to this show? How's the Triple Threat Vets podcast going? We love to cross promote and
yeah, I mean it's going great. We had Dennis Butterworth on the show last weekend.
Yeah, how'd that go?
It went great. He actually made it a point to say that he doesn't get a chance to talk about anything other than barbecue that much or his products. So he said it was kind of fun to go in there and talk about some of the stuff that he used to do in the military and just be around military guys. So that's the cool part of our podcast, kind of cross promoting with yours is there's a lot of people, veterans in your community that are getting a lot of benefit from this. And the So Smoking Gooder Show does that for me as well. So I'm here for it.
A lot of veterans cook and they do well in this sport for sure. We've talked about that before. All right. Where can they find your podcast and what nights and what time, my man?
My podcast is on Tuesday at 7 p.m. and is available on YouTube, Facebook. We have our own YouTube channel and Facebook channel, and then we're on Twitch as well. You can find all our reels on every social media at Triple Threat Vet Podcast.
All righty. Thank you very much, producer Ty. More of Ty is great for the show. All right, let's get our guest in of the evening. We're talking about my barbecue homie. This guy is people don't know this, but we're going to talk about this. But he is a former bull rider. He is a horseshoe fairy. He is also a former bodybuilder, and he is my barbecue homie. We're talking about my boy, Mr. Danny Regan from Hell Yeah Barbecue. Let's bring him on the show right now. What's up, Danny?
Former bodybuilder. Look at this fucking guy.
Man, Eddy was relentless this weekend, man. He was blowing my head up so big.
About what?
Every time he walked by, I'm like, whoa, bro, I don't want no problems, man. I'm sorry.
He was like, damn, dog, whatever. And just Eddy made me feel good this weekend. I'm 53 years old, it's tough to stay in shape.
Damn, 53 you old, bro.
Bro, catches up with you, man. Father Time undefeated.
Father Time is undefeated. My goodness.
Yep.
Oh, you spelled it wrong,
man. I changed his name to Big Swole.
Big Swole Barbecue. That's got to be taken.
What did Brandon say?
He said Furrier. F-A.
What did I say?
You probably just said like horseshoe.
I said horseshoe fairy, right?
Yeah.
What's up, Danny? How you doing, bro?
Good, Eddy. How about you, man? I was very happy to see you this weekend, man. You're always one of them guys that's fun to be around. You're one of those guys that everybody likes to see, and you're also one of them guys that, man, when you pull up, man, you know that the competition is gonna be tough. So it was good to see you this weekend.
Well, I appreciate it, but I ain't got nothing to worry about right now.
Shit, you know how cyclical this shit is, man. It goes up and down.
Brian says this show sucks. No one puts Eddy in the third wheel. He's not the third wheel. We might have sent an invitation to a fourth wheel. We'll see if that comes on. But what's up, Danny? Welcome to the show. This is not your first time, but a lot of people didn't watch it back in the day because we did a straight true podcast. Danny and I had a podcast on this show,
like on an iPhone.
Yeah,
like iPhone 3, I think, something like that. Yeah,
I think it's the same camera you're using right now. You need to upgrade that phone, bro.
Let me get that thing cleaned off, man. It's my laptop. This is my laptop, man.
That is okay.
I'm technologically challenged.
You're challenged in a lot of things, and this is one of them. Yes, so that is my barbecue homie. Can you clean it with like a rag or something? Not your
thumb.
I
got nothing, man. I clean it with tequila and Sprite, man. That's
how about a paper towel? All right.
How about just tequila?
Not within reach.
Not gonna work. All right, that's fine.
No,
No,
ain't happening.
How about a T-shirt? Show them abs while you're cleaning it.
Nah, that ain't gonna happen either, man.
No, you can't do that. You can't even do that, my bro.
No,
Come
I
on,
can't reach it.
come on, bro. Come on.
Nobody wants to see that.
Them extra smalls.
He can't even brush his teeth in the morning. He has to get a fucking special fucking toothbrush. Like,
He can't lift that arm to like clean that. Them extra small shirts won't reach that far. Is that what you're saying?
I got alligator arms, man.
you got an extra small shirt too. You can't get in.
Medium.
That's why they swole. That's why he's so swole, Eddie.
Medium.
That's why he's
Let's
so
go
swole.
let's go to some other
put on a
topic.
tighter shirt.
All right, Eddie, Danny
extra
said.
large, dog. If I
Danny
go to a
said,
double
"Let's
extra
go to
large, it looks like a blouse."
let's go to some other topic." All right, Danny. You are my barbecue home. We talk about you all the time on this show. But man, for those that maybe just be tuning in, we do have new listeners, new watchers. Please introduce yourself. Where are you from? How'd you get into this thing? How long you been in this game? You know, do the normals, and then we'll get to some meat and bones of this show, bro.
You bet, man. I'm Danny Regan with Hell Yeah BBQ. I was from Kansas, moved to Houston probably 20 years ago. Have been in competition barbecue since 15 or 16, something like that. You know, hit and miss. Try to do about 20 a year if time and money and life permits. But I was a reserve grand champion last year at the CBA World Championships. I won, 8 or 9 reserve grand championships. I have won, this weekend makes it my second grand championship. So, yeah, got into barbecue by just, like a lot of us do, watching, watching on TV, watching Myron and all those guys compete back in the day when we all used to see that. And, it just looked like something I wanted to do. I was a professional cowboy for 8 years, rode bulls all over the country. Got done with that. 2008, I won a four-wheeler racing world championship.
Damn.
And then after that, had to find something else to do. So I got into fitness modeling. I was a fitness model for 2 or 3 years. And then after that, decided I needed something.
What?
Fitness. And then after that, I had to find something else to do, so I got into competition barbecue.
All right, so let's recap. You've been a bull rider, right?
Yes, sir.
You've been a horseshoe fairy. Am I saying that right?
You're close enough. We'll call it good.
I know I'm saying it wrong.
I know you are.
It's a farrier.
Farrier. Yes.
Horse farrier. What does a horse farrier do?
So a farrier is somebody that puts shoes on horses' feet. So every about month, their feet grow like fingernails. You have to trim that off. You have to make a new shoe for their foot. You have to make any adjustments, corrections, anything they need. So I traveled all over, actually all over the United States. I had a really good business showing horses. So did a lot of show horses. I was the only farrier to work on $1 million paint horse. I was his exclusive farrier. Nobody could touch him besides me, which is kind of cool. If you're not into horses, then you don't even know what it is. But yeah,
it's pretty cool. Awesome, bro. So you worked on $1 million horse, and this is a race horse? What is that?
It was a show horse. So they were kind of like, that horse was kind of like the bodybuilders. So they get them as big as they could, muscular as they could. They would lead them out, let the judges look at them and pick the winner, kind of, so to speak.
All right, cool. You just mentioned your ATV, like a champion.
I was a four-wheeler world champion in 2008. So I raced great big jacked up four-wheelers through the woods, through the swamps, through all that stuff. And 2008 won a national title. I won't say it's a world title, but I won a national title doing that.
Awesome, bro. That's pretty much. How does that relate to barbecue? Pretty much the same kind of thing. Different sport, same thing, right?
It's kind of the same. I mean, you got to have a mentality for anything you do. If you're going to do anything on a professional level, on a competition level, you got to have the mentality for it. People just look at us as barbecue cooks, and it's not just throwing meat on a smoker. We prepare weeks ahead of time. The same thing when I was racing four-wheelers. I had to prepare weeks ahead of time. Number one, I always broke my shit. So I had to replace motors and transmissions and axles and stuff like that. But same thing with barbecue. You know, you go to a contest and you're like, all right, I was last in chicken. Was that just a bad table, or did my chicken suck? You know, so there's all kinds of tweaks you have to make in both of them.
Nice. All right. So somebody asked about Louis Gonzalez, Double D, DD Barbecue. Can we discuss world champion for ATV racing? I mean, you kind of glossed over that, but 2008 world champion in ATV, that's pretty fucking badass.
Yeah.
Did you have a team with how? I mean, you had to have a team that serviced the bike, right?
Yeah, I did. I was sponsored by Can-Am, so every year Can-Am gave me 2 free 4-wheelers. I would go to I had several sponsors: Can-Am, Gorilla Axle, ATX tires, stuff like that. So it was pretty big. It was pretty big on a low scale type. So like I had you know, $100,000 in 4-wheelers and parts and stuff like that. But it was kind of still, I don't want to say an underground thing, but it was still kind of like a backwoods thing, you know?
Yeah.
But yeah, it was cool. I was sponsored by Can-Am, and I was sponsored by them for I think 4 years. But every year I got 2 free 4-wheelers, and at the end of the year I could do with them whatever I wanted to. They delivered them to my house. I had the very first 1,000cc 4-wheeler.
Damn.
And it was a bad cat, man. So I got to race. I got pictures on my phone. I got to race some of the baddest courses in the country, and most of them, like I said, were swamp racing.
Hey, can you send some of those to Ty, and he'll put that on there, because that's pretty awesome, Danny. I know you're glossing that right now, bro, but send them to Ty on Messenger, and he'll put them on there on Martin Ty Cobb. I know you're glossing over that, dope, but man, that sounds just like what we're doing. You were a world fucking champion in ATV racing. How many competitors are on a single race? They go through heats, right? You go through heats.
Yeah, you go through several heats, and I apologize, I'm scrolling through my phone here. Yeah. But yeah, you go through several heats, and then the winner of each heat advances, and only one winner advances. And sometimes you might have 1, 2, or you might have like 20 heats. You know, just depends on the size of the contest.
So you got to win a few to win a contest. Sounds like.
Yeah. I mean, you had to, and it was a points chase, kind of like what we do here. So it was a year-end points chase, and I traveled all the way from North Carolina to Mississippi to Louisiana to Texas. Did you know, traveled all over the country, and we hauled ours on a 4-wheeler or semi. They would haul all of our 4-wheelers on us on an open semi, and it was cool. I mean, it was a lot of work.
Did there have to be international teams
semi,
to make
bro?
it
You were nice. Yeah, he's glossing over this.
Eddie,
shit.
there were not any international teams. I wish there was, so I can't call it a world championship, but I call it a national championship. So
well, it depends on who you ask.
Yeah, well, it's the same thing. Whenever I won Seguin, you know, some people said, "Well, you're not really a world champion. You're just kind of a regional champion." I'm like, well, there were international teams that are competing, so I still consider it a world championship. You know, some people don't. Hey, you know, it's an opinion.
Hey, Eddie is not an international team. He's just Mexican.
Hey, Pot,
he is the international team.
All right, Rob, I want to send you this picture. I don't have Ty's deal, but I just text you that picture, Rob.
Yeah, send it to me. I got you, bro.
This is me coming across the finish line. Whenever I won my 2008 World Championship or National Championship or whatever.
All right, cool, man. So lots of relations as far as like competition, right? As far as drive and determination to better yourself in that. So how did you wind up finding yourself in barbecue, my man?
You know, like we were talking off camera, I had all these. I've always been a competitive person, and I have to find some sort of release from life. And right now, that's my barbecue. I get, you know, all of us get stressed, and all of us have jobs and in real life situations. But I was travel the country shoeing the horses, like we talked about. At the same time, was racing 4-wheelers, won the world championship, doing that. And then I was sitting at home. I had sold all my stuff, and I told my ex-wife, I said, "Man, I got to find something to do." She goes, "Please do." She said, "You're driving me crazy." So I was sitting at home not doing anything. So I was sitting there watching TV, and all of a sudden, boom, popped up was Barbecue Pitmasters. And I think a lot of us got into competition barbecue because of that program. I mean, that was my story. I watched it and I was like, what the hell? People compete doing barbecue. I didn't even own a pit. And I went to my first class, which was Rod Gray's class. And I'm like, people do this? Really? This is a competition? And, once you get into it, you fall in love with it. And I sucked my first few years, or still do, or whatever, but it was one of those deals that you just immediately fell in love with the camaraderie and the competition part of it. But doing the bull riding, doing the 4-wheeler racing, doing all that stuff, I mean, I'm a competitive person. I need to be able to find something to do outside of normal life and succeed. And that's where I was, like I said, I was watching Pitmasters and it popped up, and yeah, that's me.
Look at Danny.
Yeah. About a $25,000 four-wheeler.
$25,000 four-wheeler.
Maybe more.
With a semi. Dude, you were like big time, bro. You were sponsored.
Yeah, we that actually Can-Am flew me and 4 other guys to Pennsylvania to some sort of like ATV. It was I can't remember now. It was so long ago, but it was an ATV like get together, meet and greet, and we signed autographs for, I don't know, 4 or 5 hours. But it was cool. And don't get me wrong, I was nobody. I was just the guy riding 4-wheelers. I wasn't trying to be, this guy on X Games or anything like that. I was just a guy riding 4-wheelers on the weekends and, shoeing horses to make ends meet. So it was cool.
Horseshoe Ferry.
You're close. Yeah. But no, it was a fun time. I was a lot younger back then.
A little bit.
That's fucking badass, bro. That's fucking
it
gangster.
Is. That is a badass. You are a gangster, Danny, and so you
and
found yourself
barbed wire tattoo.
Don't get one in your armpit though, because this one's armpit. The armpit sucks.
That's circa 2005, 2009, bro.
Old school.
Gonna
rock the mullet one of these days.
My boy, Danny, the most humbling dude in barbecue. Yeah, he is. He really is.
Appreciate you, buddy.
He really is. This is actually pretty cool that we get to know you, Danny. I'm your buddy, and I know you pretty well. I knew you did all that stuff, but I wanted to introduce that part of you to the Gooder game, because you're
appreciate it.
When people come around your cook, you're the most humble guy. You're gonna offer them anything they need, and you're just a good dude overall, man. And
appreciate y'all very much.
That's why the Gooder gang loves you. But let's talk some barbecue. You mentioned, let's not skip ahead. You mentioned that's how you got involved there. You watched some barbecue pitmasters, but you took a Rod Gray class. This always impresses me. Before Danny even cooked a contest, he took a class. So somebody that Eddy and I, we cooked a little bit, and then a lot of it for some of us, and then took a class. But you just said, hey, I just need to take this guy that I saw on TV. Let me look him up. Tell that story, please.
Man, it just, when you're watching on TV, you had Myron, you had Rod, you had what's his name from Georgia that was cooking, several of those guys. And I was like, man, this is just really cool. This whole concept of competing.
Are you talking about Robbie Royal?
I was talking about Robbie. Yep.
Right.
And then you have Stump, and you have all those guys. And I just thought, man, this just looks really, really cool. So I'm also one of them that I don't know shit from Shinola. So if I'm going to get into something, I want somebody to show me it first. And then once you show me, then I can do it. But I need somebody to show me, dude. I didn't know a point from the flat on a brisket. When I went to Rod Gray's class, it wasn't in a VFW. It was kind of like a town hall, and I didn't know the point from the flat. I didn't own a smoker. I didn't know. Your scores show it too.
Damn.
Damn.
I'm just giving you shit, man. No, man. I didn't want to be one of them that spent $100,000 trying to figure shit out that people already knew, And I was like, you know what? Rod Gray at the time was the unbeatable KCBS guy. Some guys that are starting out don't even know Rod Gray's name, but Rod was unbeatable. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to go do this. I'm going to learn from this guy. And it was a very good basic class, very, very good basic class. But me being completely new to barbecue, I didn't know if you barbecued on a pit that was made out of a drum or if you barbecued on a Weber. I didn't have a clue what barbecue was, so or competition barbecue, let me say that. I just wanted to make sure that I was, not going to walk in here and look stupid. So that's what actually got me into it. So I went to Rod's class. After that, I took Travis Clark's class, and Travis was a Rod Gray prodigy. So their classes were the same, but extremely different.
Hey, I need a second. I'll be right back. Sorry.
All right. What's up, Los Gordos? What's going on, man? Go ahead.
So anyway, they were the same, but they were way different. Rod's is very geared towards the beginner, and then Travis's was a little more advanced. And loved, like G Walt says, loved watching Tuffy and all those guys on TV. After that, what class did I take after that? There's going to be a couple that I'm not going to mention because I don't have anything good to say about them. And I don't want to be that guy. But and then I took Fred's class. Fred's was a great class. And then the last one I took was Phil's class. Took that a couple years ago. Very informative. But if you take Phil's class, you better have a couple of fresh pens and notebook pads because Phil's is pretty complex. So, but every one of them, I still to this day use some key part to my success.
So as a competitor in ATV racing, competitor in bull riding, whatever, did you understand the fact that you needed to take a class before you dove into this other field? Or was that something that you just, I don't know, just decided to do?
Great question, because ATV racing was something it was like riding bulls. When I rode bulls, you knew that you could get killed at any second. I don't want to say that and sound morbid. I don't want to say that and sound cocky or whatever.
It happens.
Even when you rode the easiest bull in the practice pen, we practiced every Sunday morning. That bull, if he stepped on you in the wrong way, could kill you. And there have been people killed on the easiest bulls. And the same thing with racing four-wheelers. You knew that you could get hurt because, I mean, we had nitrous on them things. We had turbos before turbos were even on four-wheelers. But you knew you could get hurt if you ended up on the bottom of a four-wheeler in the bottom of a mud pit and they couldn't get you out of it. You took that chance. You just knew you could get hurt. But you had to go past those. You had to fight past those demons, those nerves, those things that were in your mind, or you wouldn't win. If you don't think you can win, you can't win. And that goes back to bull riding. That goes back to, four-wheeler racing, goes back to currently barbecue. If you don't have confidence in yourself, or if you're scared, you ain't gonna win. You can't be scared of anything.
How do you relate those experiences to barbecue now?
Yeah, same thing. I mean, you got to have confidence in what you do, and you got to know that you're putting good product in the box. I mean, if I look up, so this weekend I looked up when I got set up, there was Damn Yankee. They were there. I look up and there's Josh Hale. There is Eddy. There is Meat Shots. There are a bunch of different guys, and these guys at any time can hit a perfect score in all four meets, and you can't be sitting back there going, oh man, biting your fingernails going, shit, Eddy's here, the best I can do is second, or whatever. But you've got to have the confidence to say, man, these guys are chasing me, I ain't chasing them. And it doesn't always work out. Eddy beats me one weekend, I beat him one weekend. Same with you, Rob. You beat us all one weekend, we beat you the next weekend. But at the same time, you can't go in there scared. You got to know that you're the stud horse with the fuzzy balls, and it's time for you to come out and shoot.
Absolutely, bro. Fuzzy balls for sure.
Right.
Ed, I mean, Danny, that's some great perspective as far as somebody that has competed at a high level in other sports, bull riding.
I've competed at deadly sports, man. So this is
you're not gonna get killed cooking barbecue, but
you hope not.
You can.
Bill Purvis caught his trailer on fire, and if he was in it, he would have been dead.
Yeah, Brian Crawford.
Bro, damn, bro, you gonna go there?
Brian Crawford could have been killed.
Same thing.
If not for who saved Brian Crawford? Who was that?
Oh, golly, what's his name? His buddy
Hector, right?
Hector.
Yep. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
Yeah, so it kind of goes hand in hand, man. Is that, when, like I said, when I was riding bulls, obviously, if the easiest bull in the pen can kill you, if you end up taking a wrong turn racing four-wheelers, it can kill you. This is not going to kill you, but at the same time, you have to have the confidence that you're going to win in every sport, every category that you enter. Stud horse, fuzzy balls.
So does a competition bull make a good brisket?
Man, I would guess not. Those things are 5 or 6 years old, weigh 2,000. That's 2,000 pounds of hamburger that hates you. So, most of what we're cooking nowadays are 1,000-pound steers or maybe a cow, whatever. But it's not a 6-year-old 2,000-pound bull.
What do you think of that knowledge or that piece of knowledge that's out there about as far as like a left to right muscle is on the bull? Does it matter?
In my opinion, it matters on the bull. It doesn't matter on the right or left, or the, let's say, cow or steer or whatever. It depends. So like if this animal has to walk uphill or downhill all day long to get water or feed, his brisket and his hind end are going to be more stronger than a cow that's babied by somebody that just keeps him in a lot, feeds him. He barely has to walk around. It's a way different. You can't control the animal. And I've cooked Wagyus. It's about all I cook nowadays is Wagyus. And you can tell the difference in a Wagyu that was raised, I don't want to say more humanely, but maybe had an easier life than a Wagyu bull Wagyu steer that had to walk up and down hills. You don't have to worry about that about pigs. Pigs are lazy. They lay in slop and shit all day. They won't walk 30 feet to get food. They stay right where they're at. They're going to eat right there. A piece of beef, you don't know how it was raised. And if it walks uphill or walks downhill or has to walk a long ways, all of that muscle is working. They carry about 60 to 65% on their front end versus the back end that carries about 30 to 40%. We don't worry about the back end. We don't cook the back end. We keep the front end. But how does that steer, that cow? How is he raised? Does he have to crawl uphill? Is he raised by mom and pop that, baby him and pet him? And, how's that animal raised? And the beef, in my opinion, is going to be the only one that you can tell a difference in that.
Danny, you seem to have a unique knowledge of these things. You've rode them. You've cooked them.
I grew up on a ranch. I grew up on 5,000 acres.
Grew up on 5,000 acres. You've searched for them. You have a unique perspective. If you have any questions, guys, for Danny Regan from Hell Yeah Barbecue, put them in the comments. Ty will star them and we'll ask them. Jackie Milligan says, "Hey y'all, she's in the Jack right now. Good luck to Jackie, Tim, and Tony.
Shane, you're an asshole.
Tanachi, love me some Danny Regan. Can anyone help me find where his neck?"
He told me this weekend, he's like, I can't remember his comment. I was walking to my trailer to get something, and him and I were parked side by side, him and Lacey. And by the way, great people to hang out with.
They're awesome. Love the Danny. Sure, I hate him when he says, "Sing it, Frank." Let's check in real quick. You're from Kansas City, Danny.
Sure. Yep.
They're winning right now. The New York Yankees are up 3-2 in the bottom of the 8th inning. So Casey is up to bat. There's nobody out. It's just starting. We'll see what happens. Man, lots of upsets in MLB right now. Anyway, all right. Mr. Eddy, the pit father, ask him a couple questions while I go take a break. I'll be right back.
Okay. I saw a comment on here that says, man, how'd you come up with your team name?
Very good question. So, my dad, who has since passed away, never cursed, but my dad always said, "Heck yeah." That was his kind of deal. Heck yeah, heck yeah. Obviously, I curse. I'm a little bit farther from the root of the tree, so it just kind of fit in. One time, I was sitting there and I had a couple of team names whenever I was thinking about competing. And all of a sudden, for some reason, Dad's line of "heck yeah" popped in my mind. I'm like, man, I got to make it. I got to make it my line. I got to make it my line. So I was like, hell yeah. And it really just stuck. It stuck good, you know. So, Eddy, as you know, you're the pit father, and you know Rob's bullhorn. But you know, once I kind of branded it, it kind of really stuck in and just went from there.
That's good. That's a pretty good story because you always keep that, you know, your father involved.
Yeah,
in your
kind of
you know,
means
what you
something
do.
to me, you know, in a different twisted way, you know. But yeah, it kind of just that was it. As soon as I said it, I was sitting there in my living room one time thinking, man, what's my team name going to be? And as soon as I said it, I was like, that's it. I just knew, you know, boom, that's it.
Yeah. So you started off your very first contest you went as Hell Yeah, or did you have a prior name to that, or?
No, it's always been Hell Yeah. I mean, it was always. Now, at first, I didn't know my colors. I didn't know the colors that I was gonna use, and I went to. I started off as orange and black because I just thought those colors fit together, and I saw a couple of Jamie Gear's pits that had orange and black, and it's like, okay, that's pretty cool. And then, man, I can't remember where it was. I knew Sag Miller had orange and black, and I went somewhere and it just clicked to me as like, hey, because I'm an LSU fan, huge LSU fan, as most people know. I was like, man, purple and gold. That's going to be me, purple and gold with my Hell Yeah, and it just everything just kind of seemed to fall together, you know, in that aspect of it. So that was kind of the how I got to where I'm at with that.
Nice, that's badass.
Yeah. How about you, Eddy? How'd you come up with Pit Father?
Man, I come up with it as probably you'd guess watching the fucking Godfather. So yeah, man, I love that movie. I love all that shit. So
oh yeah, for sure.
Man, I had a couple, and I remember when I first started. I started with my buddy. We actually started off as a team. My best friend, you know, he was my best man at my wedding and stuff. It was just E&A, right? Because my name's Eddy, his name's Ali.
Okay.
So it wasn't, you know what I mean, nothing crazy. And then he wasn't really into it, you know, it wasn't really his thing. It was just kind of like for fun. And man, I wanted to take it serious. So
did you fall in love from day one?
I'm sorry?
You fall in love with Comp Barbecue from day one or what?
Absolutely, bro.
Yeah, me too.
Yeah, after that very first one, man, I went and I bought this. I didn't know what I know now. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I get to my first contest with this vertical fucking cabinet smoker and that my dad had at home for fucking ever. It weighs 5,000 fucking pounds, but it's small. You know what I mean? So I load that motherfucker up on a trailer and take it down to Driftwood, and I see everybody with these badass, like, you know, big ass smokers and shit. So, man, on Monday I went and bought me this big fucking giant, like 250 gallon tanks on each side as a cooking chamber. Like it has two of them, big ass firebox. Like it was a badass pit. I mean, it is. I still have it, you know, and it makes a great fucking cooker, like for, you know, catering and all that shit if I have to cook a lot. So hold on, sorry, my wife texted me. So man, I went and bought this pit. It was like $3,500 or something like that, and so yeah, I got really into it, you know, right off the bat. You know what I mean? I did another contest, and then after that, I went and bought an RV. So started cooking on drums, or, you know. So he wasn't really into that. You know, he was more, man, let's have fun. Let's fucking get fucked up Friday night, and then
we still like do that.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Fucking stay up all night, smoking a biscuit from like 11 p.m. all the way up till
low and slow, like 165 degrees. Yeah.
Because that's what I grew up with, you know.
Yeah, I think a lot of us did, but you also got, like you say, what you grew up with is way different. Like people talk to me about what I serve in comp versus what I do at home. It ain't nowhere near the same, man. And I give all my comp leftovers to whatever the Hispanic boys in my shop or my buddies at the bar or whatever. And they love it. They absolutely love it. But if you come to my house, we ain't eating nothing like that, man.
I
It
know,
ain't
bro.
even gonna be close, man.
Same. And I try not to give it away because, man, I know what's on there. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
I
yeah.
know what's in it, and man, I don't want people eating a lot of that shit because we got all these phosphates and MSG and this and that. But man, I bring it home. Sometimes my mom, she'll be like, "Man, bring me the brisket," and
I
I'll
eat too
bring her
much of it.
some.
Gives me the shits. I ain't gonna lie. If I eat too much of my comp barbecue, it gives me the shits.
That's what I'm saying, dude. Like, and a lot of the times I don't swallow. Like, if somebody offers me, hey, come try my brisket, man, I'm not gonna swallow that shit. I chew it and spit it out. But when I
You got
did,
everything you need to know right there. But
when I did fucking, eat it, man, right before awards, I'm like, Jesus, bro, got the bubble guts, like, and it was that. It was all the fucking phosphates and whatever.
But I will tell you,
know.
I will tell you is that I very rarely nowadays taste my product. I know what it is. I know what I put in the box. It's the same every damn time. And I will take a little nibble here and there, but man, I know what I put in the box. And if it doesn't matter my opinion anyway, it matters what the judges think that day.
No,
I
check. I want to taste it. You know what I mean?
I check texture, but I don't check taste because my taste is the exact same thing every week. But I will check texture. And Bill, real quick, my buddy Bill Purvis, their Chicken Fried Barbecue, he said him and I met at a Crusaders. We did, and Bill has been one of my mentors from several years back. Bill is one of them guys that I can call and be like, "Hey, dog, I'm struggling." Matter of fact, I called him this week. I said, "Man, I haven't cooked in a while. My chicken sucks. What do you got for me in chicken?" And I can always rely on Bill to be one of those guys of honesty and just tell me, "Hey, why don't you do this? Why don't you tweak this? It might work, might not work." But Bill's one of those crazy stand-up guys that just everybody likes and is just a super, super good guy. So shout out to Bill Purvis Chicken Fried Barbecue.
Oh, for sure. For sure. That's my dog. I talk to Bill maybe almost every day. About a bunch of
Same thing with me. I probably I try to chat with Bill at least once a week, and just a stand-up guy. You can't follow anybody that's watching this podcast that is maybe struggling. Get a hold of Bill and do a chicken fried class. He's got some great knowledge, and him and I started at the same time. He's light years ahead of me, man. The amount of effort he's put into this game, he's light years ahead of me. So, get in and get with old Chicken Fried there.
Oh yeah. You're muted, Rob.
Let me put it back. There it is. A couple questions from the Gooder Gang that are starred here.
Drop me down real quick, bro.
All right. Is My Pits Are Burning, Kevin Hernandez. What is your walk-up song and why, Danny?
So my walk-up song, and Rob, you had a little influence in this. So going back to the Louisiana roots of the guy that I call my dad, everything in their house is LSU, purple gold, Baton Rouge, bleed purple and gold. I was trying to find a song, and I wanted it to portray the LSU Cajun, sort of feel, sort of vibe, sort of party sound, the Zydeco sound. And I follow this guy, or I have a bunch of Zydeco music on my playlist, and there's a guy named Chris Ardon, who's actually from Houston, who plays some great.
Nice.
But he takes Cajun music and kind of mixes it. It's like the new Cajun. It's not the old Zydeco. It's the new Zydeco sound. It's got a little bit of rap mixed into it and a little bit of like funk and a little bit of all this. But I heard it and I sent it to Rob and Jessica, our friend Jess. And I was like, "What do you guys think of these two songs?" And I had that one and I had another one. It was a rap song. Can't even remember. And Rob, you and Jess both go, boom, loud is your song. That's just you, So it was part of the Zydeco Cajun, New Orleans, Baton Rouge type feel that I wanted to portray in barbecue. So that's it. It kind of meant something, but it was kind of cool when I picked that song.
Awesome. ZZ Top fans, reminding all of you guys, hey, that I need to remind you, everybody, if you're here, 160 people, we need 160 people to subscribe to the YouTube channel. It costs nothing. Please go like it, subscribe the YouTube channel. If you're on Facebook right now, just mosey on over to YouTube and like it or subscribe to it. We appreciate that for sure. We need 160 people to subscribe to this thing so we can be up there with the big boys. That's all we're lacking. That's all we're lacking. We got everything else. Everything else is checked off. The boxes are checked. The only thing we're lacking is some subscribers. So 160 of y'all is all we need. So if you got time,
there we go. Smash
mosey on over to So Smoking Gooder Show and subscribe, please. That'd be appreciated. Thank you, ZZ Top fan, for putting that up there. Yeah, producer Ty. There's a link right there. You can click that and go on over.
Boom.
All right. So Danny, we both GC'd this weekend, bro, my man.
We did, and here's the funny part is that Rob, you and I have never shared the stage together.
Nope.
We both GC'd and RGC'd. I have more RGCs than I care to admit. I couldn't.
I think you mentioned you have 9.
8 or 9, something like that.
8 or 9.
It
was your
was
second GC.
It was a frustrating number.
Always a bridesmaid, Danny.
I know, and the funny part is you and I never shared the stage, and whenever I GC'd this weekend, Eric was reserved, and it was awesome to share the stage with him too. Such a
Big
great
E
guy.
Barbecue, yeah. Big E Barbecue, killing it in my top 7 power rankings.
Oh, bro, he's up there. He's a really, really good cook, and is just on fire right now.
Absolutely.
But also, Bill Purvis came up to me and he said, "Man, I was only 1 point away from from reserve. I would have loved to share the stage with you. I've never shared the stage with Bill either, and Bill's one of my good barbecue friends as well." So, and then I get back to camp. We're all hugging and kumbaya and all that, and then I see that you granded, and I was like, "Man, Rob granded this weekend. I granded." So it was pretty cool to see my buddies that granded and my buddy Bill that almost granded or almost reserved. And yeah, you go through those machinations whenever you go back to your camper and you start getting on your phone and you're looking to who won other contests and who was where, and if you're chasing points you start looking at that stuff. But
absolutely,
it was cool. Yeah, for sure.
Absolutely. Let me get in here, man, because we have never shared the stage together, but I know what a quality cook you are, Danny, and I knew we were going to do that because I do feel confident about myself. I do feel confident about what we turn in each and every week, and I always say it on the show: you got to cook good, and you got to get very extra lucky to do those. And lately, thankfully, the barbecue gods have been behind us. I'm not cooking enough right now. I'm not cooking as I often were last year. Bring Danny in here real quick. I'm not cooking like we were last year, but my goodness, I got this. I was looking at my stats and I was like, this is my 3rd GC in my last 5 CBA events. So even though that dates back to June, so I need to cook some more, Danny. But man, I got 2 bungs in for the Jack already. We'll see how it goes. And so I'm cooking this weekend. I'm cooking this weekend in Lampasas. But man, it's just fun to know that we still have it, Danny, even though we're not cooking as often.
Yeah, and if you want to know the truth, Rob, and if Josh and Stacy are watching, I don't know if they are or not.
They're watching. I promise you, they're watching.
Josh, and this is no lie. I walked over to Josh's camp, Josh and Stacy, and they said, "How's your cook going?" I said, "Man, I just feel like I'm a little rusty."
All fucking day, bro.
You were over there too.
It was all day.
He was over there too. But I was like, bro, and this is no lie. I wasn't trying to hide anything. Like, dude, I know I got your asses kicked or whatever. I hadn't cooked since April, which was Dallas Cowboys Stadium. Okay. And I still had shit in my camper. I still had stuff that I had to dump out from that weekend. I was rusty, and I don't mean like rusty forgetting to trim my chicken or for whatever. I was rusty as like forgetting to put like on my ribs. I put a finish rub on 3 different times during the finishing process. Like one of them, I forget.
Finishing dust.
The finishing dust. I will tell you.
Do it. Let's go. Come on. Eddie's asking.
Right, it is Hallelujah Jalapeno from Big
Papa Smokers.
Half of that and half of Most Powerful Stuff from Rod Gray. And it's very light because both of them are very salty. But I put them on.
Is that something you learned early on?
No, it kind of actually. I don't want to say who part of it came from because it's not my business, but part of it came from somebody. The Most Powerful Stuff came from somebody, and then the Hallelujah Jalapeno is just a rub that I've just loved.
I love that rub too.
But you got to use it in small increments, so you can't just coat something with it. So anyway, there was a time that I just I needed to do it before I put it on the pit, and then I pull it off the pit and do something else and do it again. I forgot one of those steps, and I had to go open up the lid of my smoker and dump it on, and not dump it on, put it on, whatever. And there were just those times. And there was a time I forgot to put a piece of foil down, and I went over to Eddy and Josh's camp, and they're like, how you doing, man? I said, man, I feel rusty. I'm not that lubed up cog, I need to be rolling a little bit smoother, but it worked out. And Josh kicked my ass after awards on Saturday. He's like, oh, so you're rusty all of a sudden, just
You walked over there talking about, man, I could feel that I haven't cooked in a while.
Bro, I'm not lying. I normally like my process to go. I have everything on spreadsheets and all that stuff. I like everything to go smooth. And man, there were just probably half a dozen things that were just either delayed or just weren't perfect or whatever. But it was cool to know that I hit a grand with such great competition, like Phil, Bill, Eddy, Josh, Damn Yankee. Meat Shots, all those guys. It was a tough field of 38, 43, whatever we had, but kind of felt good that I realized that maybe I do still belong. One of those things.
Yeah, hell yeah, bro. No, you fucking killed it, man. Speaking of forgetting shit, though. Speaking of forgetting shit, so man, I always trim everything at home, right? So, man, this weekend I didn't trim my chicken. I said, fuck it, man, I'll trim it at the cook-off. So trimmed it, and man, the half that I didn't use, I put in the Ziploc bag, threw it in the freezer, froze it, get home, take everything out, park my trailer, and today I fucking pick it up so I can, wash my Jambo. And I'm sitting there washing my Jambo, and I'm like, fuck, man, something in my Jambo stinks. There's nothing in there. Man, I'm like, what the fuck? So I open the door, and I'm like, oh, fuck. I forgot that damn chicken. Dude.
Oh man,
fucking chicken's been there since Friday night. That shit smelled so fucking bad, dude. I'm there gagging, trying to take it out, throwing the trash.
That's the worst. Chicken's the worst, bro.
Chicken. I don't know, man. I was at a world championship. I was shoeing horses in Fort Worth at the Paint World Championship, and this is
when you were a horse fairy.
I was a horse fairy at the time, yes.
All right, nice.
I didn't know a pork butt from a brisket, man. So my buddy goes, hey, I brought this pork butt. So we throw it in this cooler. Little do we pay attention that this cooler is sitting in the 110-degree sun in July in Fort Worth. We cut into this cryovac, and bro, I about lost my gut. I've smelled some bad shit in my day. A gut shot deer is really some of the worst smelling you'll ever have. If you're a hunter and you shoot rabbits, they stink. I've never smelled anything this bad in my life. And matter of fact, if I think about it too hard, I will start gagging. It's horrible. But chicken and pork are both along those lines, man.
All right, hey guys, we're going to take a quick break. I'm going to do the wrap-up recap. I'm going to do the bullprinting wrap-up recap. I'm going to do the upcoming event segment. Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads. Danny, go take a pee. Eddy, you can go take a pee as well. But Danny, I got some questions for you. We're going to talk about your season that you've had right now. You're not cooking a lot right now. We're gonna touch on that real quick and what that means to you, how well you're doing. We have some other moments about your best barbecue moment, and I want your craziest barbecue story that does not include me.
Man, you're supposed to prep me. We've talked every day this
does
week.
not include me. I'm prepping you right now. You got 10 minutes to think about this, man, my man, and then we're gonna do the barbecue homies.
Make a new cocktail, and I don't have much time left.
We're gonna do the barbecue homies and your Mount Rushmore, bro, and then we got some rate my boxes, and we'll get out of here in an hour. So it's gonna be really quick, gonna be fast and furious. But Ty, drop them down, drop me in. Let's get to the bull printing wraps and graphics wrap up recap. I have those slides right now, my man. All right, real quick. Let's go through these real quick. In the Champions Barbecue Alliance, we got the Chicks and Hogs Barbecue and Brew Off Grand Champion. How about Mr. James Ledbetter with Brothers Keeper, who's just killing it right now? Those guys, I need to get them on the show. And the RGC was Bobby Riggs from Brisket Cases. We got the 21st Annual County Fair Association Cook-Off Grand Champion. How about Sam Freeze? Triple Up Barbecue. The RGC, what about Stacy Brenneman from Big Horn Cookers? Congratulations. We've got the 2nd Annual DPS Troopers Burn and Turn Grand Champion. How about Miss Joyce Regino from Smoke and Grit? And the RGC was Rudy Pata from Wicked R Barbecue. Ribs and rods, we talked about that right now. Sorry about my dog over there, if you can hear him. The grand champion was Danny Regan, right there, our guest of the evening from Hell Yeah Barbecue. The RGC was Eric Arnold from Big E Barbecue. And the fall on the Frio grand champion, this guy, 3 out of the last 5 CBAs right here. You know, if you don't talk about yourself, no one else will. I'm just talking about myself right now, just for a moment. Grand champion Rob Arocha from Bullhorn Barbecue, and the RGC was Mr. Louis Jaimes from Lab Barbecue. Congratulations. All right, over in IBC, we get the 11th Annual Skidmore Volunteer Fire Department Barbecue Cook-Off. Grand champion Blake Schendel, Alley Cats. RGC was Zach Smith. Was Meat Locker Misfits. The Border Pit Battle 4 Grand Champion Sergio Aguian, Southwest Texas Q. RGC was Rick Martinez from Laredo Border Grillers. League City Music Fest Grand Champion Ed Foster from 9 Finger Q. RGC was Mike Robertson from the Miller Lite Bunch number 1. I need to get them over there for us. Piney Woods Barbecue Classic. We're talking about the Jamie Roby. Changed his name, flirting with disaster. And the RGC was Ron Garcia from Big Ron's Rub. And Smoketoberfest, nothing was listed. Sorry about that. Outlaw Barbecue Association. Pew, 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 pew. Wait. Keller Lions Barbecue Club. Grand champion was Steve Cumby from Rafter C. RGC, how about Erica and James Dodson from Limp Brisket? Over in the Jambo Shootout, we've got grand champion Chris Hatcher from Hatch's Barbecue. The RGC was our boy Bill Purvis.
This is Bill
from
Purvis
Chicken
with
Fried Barbecue.
Chicken Fried Barbecue, and you're watching the So Smoking Gooder Show. Boom.
All right, real quick, let's circle back here. Smoketoberfest was grand champion Hernandez with HD Barbecue and Lindsey Vincent from I'll Tell You Later Barbecue. Thank you, Melody. I appreciate you very much. It was not listed. Otherwise, I would have had it ready. All right, Rib, Rub, and Run and Roll. Rib, Rub, Run, and Roll. Grand champion Ben Blanton. HB Barbecue. RGC was Sean Hill. All right, let's go to the Lone Star Barbecue Society. Nothing was listed. They need to be better. Put your results on, please. Meat Inferno grand champion was Damn Fine Beef and Swine. RGC was Dr. Squillgood. Pusa Q grand champion was Bad Rooster. RGC Swig and Pig. In the Keystone Classic Barbecue Cook-Off grand champion was Wolf's Revenge. The RGC was Smokecraft out of Maryland. Very much. All right, that's the bull printing wraps and graphics wrap-up recap. We got one more to do. We got the upcoming event segment sponsored by the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads, coming up real quick, December 13th and 14th, 2024 in Uvalde, Texas. Make plans to attend. Last year they had 170 plus teams out there. We're looking for more. I got 2 walks out there. Maybe you guys can get some walks out there. All right, this weekend in the Champions Barbecue Alliance, we got in Castroville, Cooking for Kids. That is a state championship. If you're looking for state championships, you go to the CBA right now. This weekend is where I will be. Lampasas County area, go Texans. I'll be there. That's in Lampasas, Texas. That is also a state championship. We got the Brazoria County Fair Barbecue Cook-Off in Angleton, Texas. Also a state championship. We got the Texas. I didn't hit sanctioning. That's why they aren't posted. I'm sorry. Okay. All right. We got Texas Cookem High Stakes. Generally in July, but they got postponed. So here we are right now. This weekend, that is also a state championship. And we got the 23rd Annual Breast Cancer Awareness Cook-Off in Midland, Texas. All right. Let's go to the IBCA. Inaugural Robstown, my town, Volunteer Fire Department Cook-Off in Robstown, Texas. We got the 52nd Annual Cuero Turkey Fest Barbecue Cook-Off in Cuero, Texas. That is a state championship. We got the Barbecue for Hope in Amarillo, Texas, state championship. Brazos Valley Fair Barbecue Cook-Off in Bryan, Texas, state championship. And we got the Hitchcock Good Old Days in Hitchcock. Over in the Lone Star, we get the Barney McBee Cook-Off and an Outlaw. Pew, 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 pew. We got the 2nd Annual Dangerfield Barbecue Cook-Off in Dangerfield, Texas. That is also a state championship. All right. Here we go in KCBS. We got the Jack. A lot of people are cooking the Jack this weekend. Not us. Soon. Hopefully. Next year, we'll be there in Lynchburg, Tennessee, state championship. We got the East Carolina Barbecue Throwdown in Rocky Mountain, North Carolina, state championship. We got Smoke on the Water in Topeka, Kansas, state championship. We got the Maryland Barbecue Bash in Bel Air, Maryland, state championship. All right, that's going to wrap up the bull printing wraps and graphics wrap-up recap and the Briscoe Ranch Cook-Off at the Crossroads upcoming event segment. All right, Ty, let's bring our guests back in, including yourself.
What was that one cook-off, bro? Ribs, run, rib, rub.
I don't know. I was struggling with that, Eddie. That was hard, bro. That was hard.
So somebody asked what I was drinking. I'm drinking. What is this?
Corona.
I'm drinking
Jose Cuervo?
Extra fine tequila.
All right, shout out to Tony Tanache.
Yeah.
Tony Tanache's watching. He's traveling right now. He's to the Jack right now. We'll see what happens over there. All right. So we did we had some good questions beforehand. Eddie, you got anything to add right now while you're drinking?
Bottomed up.
Nope, we're good.
All right, real quick, Mr. Danny Regan from Hell Yeah Barbecue. You haven't been cooking this much, a lot right now. You got 5 CBAs under your belt right now, an entire season, and the season ends in 2 weeks. My question to you, my man, is Let me put this up real quick. I'm going to ask you to predict who wins this season. We got approximately 6 weeks left in the season.
Okay.
Right now, we've got Robert Smith leading LC Barbecue, First Class Barbecue, leading LC Barbecue by less than 100 points. Robert Smith is at 53.49.5. LC is at 52.86.5. In third place, we got Sure Shot, but they're 48.05. So, who are you predicting to win the CBA points chase right now, Mr. Danny Regan?
So those of us that chase points, and me half-assed this year, monetarily wise, and just time commitments and all that stuff, I didn't get to chase as hard as I did last year. So last year I think I finished top 20 in 3 of the 4 meets.
Carmen's watching.
Hello hey Carmen. So yeah, I didn't get to chase it as hard, but I think it's going to stay like it is. I think Robert Smith is going to win it. I think Phil is going to be second, and I think Josh is going to be third. And my reasoning is they're running out of comps that are going to have enough teams to advance. As we all know, the point system, the bigger comps with the bigger entries get you a bigger amount of points. I think, plus all 3 of those teams are super hot. So all 3 of those guys are probably going to hit another grand. At the same time, they might not be big enough to advance their lowest score. Maybe by 5 or 10 points, but it's not going to be enough. I just feel like in my heart, and these are 3 of the best teams going down the road. Don't get me wrong. Neither one of them are better than the other one. They're all 3 great teams, but they're going to run out of real estate.
All right, cool. I like that answer. All right, bring us all back. Producer Ty got some questions for Mr. Danny Regan. Danny, your favorite or the best barbecue moment for yourself to date?
Oh, no doubt it's winning my first grand, which, Rob, you were there. Forgive me, Eddie. I don't know if you were there. I don't think
he was not there. He was
where?
Victoria of last year. So Victoria last year, we had to fight the elements. It was pouring rain. It was sloppy. It was a nasty contest. Even during awards, the microphone was cutting out. It was just pouring rain. But by far was, even if it would have been sunny out, it was my first grand. So when you hit your first one, it's like, so many emotions come out of you. Let me backtrack real quick. That's a great one. But when I won reserve at the CBA World Championships, that's got to be there because I didn't expect that one. They're announcing, all in Beer Belly wins grand. They're announcing everybody, and I lose track of who's who, who's got the points. And when my walk-up song hit for reserve, I don't remember much besides I know I gave Diane a hug. I know I gave Phil a hug, Joey Machado. And after that, I was crying like a 3-year-old that shit his pants on the playground, man. I had tears in my eyes. I couldn't hardly walk. But both those moments are very deep to me. And I don't know if I can, short of winning the Jack or the Royal, I don't know if I can ever top those 2 moments.
Well, that's my next question. If you had a dream win, if you had a dream moment in barbecue, what would that be?
So the argument of which one's more prestigious, the Jack or the Royal. The Jack is invitation only. Is 7 grands qualifies you, a luck of the draw qualifies you. The Jack has got to be there. The Royal is the most has the most teams, 600 plus, whatever. If you compete in the Invitational, you have to compete in the Open. That's a pretty prestigious, but man, you put me on that Jack stage and it's gonna be balling like a baby.
All right. Last round. Before we get to the rate my box segments, producer Ty, how many boxes do we have?
I have 33.
All right,
and be careful because when it comes to this shit, I'm very honest. So if it's your box and you hate me, you're just gonna hate me.
Dude, look, we got Eddie Morales in the house. We're good.
Here's the deal, Rob.
Man, I just want to see that first place sport from this weekend.
There's been times where Rob has been like, "What'd you think of my box?" I'm like, "Dude, it looked like hammered shit on a pump handle, man. Just fucking sucked, man." I'm very honest, and he'll tell me the same thing.
We're gonna do rate my box here in just 1 second. First, we're gonna do a new segment. It's rapid fire questions for Mr. Danny Regan. Bring Danny on. You can bring Eddie on. Let's go. All right, Danny. First vehicle.
My first vehicle was a 1964 Chevy Impala, 2-door hardtop.
All right, name of your first crush.
Oh, Leah.
First sport you fell in love with.
Oh, football, no doubt.
All right, your favorite high school subject.
None of them. I hated fucking school. Let's go with probably something stupid like
PE.
Oh, you can't say PE. I would guess like astronomy.
All right. Let's do who's your celebrity crush?
Jennifer Aniston.
Yeah.
Yeah.
TV show.
Wait. Let me back that. Let me back that
bro.
up. Megan
Fox.
Said. Megan Fox.
You can't. That was your first answer. Come on. All right. What is it? Come on. What?
Yeah, I would say like Megan Fox. I mean, she's sexy AF.
I think Jennifer's better, but okay. Let's go. TV show that you wouldn't want people to know you watch.
I don't watch TV. You know that.
Bullshit.
But I would say, I don't watch TV, Rob. You know
Love
that.
Island.
Love and hip hop.
Never heard of that.
Flavor Flav.
I know Flav. He's back in the day. He's old 90s. He's 90s old.
Real Housewives of California.
No, if you don't, man, dude.
All right, what's the last show you watched?
Titanic. Bro, I ain't lying. Rob, you're setting me up for failure. I don't watch TV.
Your favorite athlete.
Favorite athlete. God damn it. Why couldn't you send me the cliff notes on this? My favorite athlete is probably gotta be, golly, man. Killing me. Give me 5 seconds.
We'll come back to that one. Pumpkin or pecan pie?
Oh, pumpkin. Pecan's got too much shit in it. Oh,
shit. All right. Favorite athlete?
Dad, gummit. I think
himself.
Attaboy, Roy. You got to think about Michael Jordan. I mean, it's got to be Jordan, right?
All right, Jordan. All right, that's cool. And lastly, who's the barbecue goat?
Of all time?
In your mind. Who's the barbecue goat?
It's not a question in my mind. It's Darren Worth.
All right. Real quick. We're going to do the barbecue.
Darren flew in and cooked all 4 meats on one drum and granded it.
All right, Ty, let's do the Mount Rushmore. We're going to go through this not quickly, but I need to get a guest in real quick. He's waiting patiently. The Mount Rushmore for Danny Regan. People, you watch this show. You know what this show is all about. People that inspired you, helped you along the way. Just people that you looked up to maybe when you started. Whatever it may be. Who is the Mount Rushmore for Hell Yeah Barbecue and Danny Regan?
And we got 4 spots, right?
You got 4 on the mountain and 1 in the gift shop. Almost made it on the mountain.
Okay, golly, Rob, wish you would have prepped me.
Dude,
I think number 1 on my Mount Rushmore, even if you've never met him, it's got to be Darren Worth. I mean, Darren he's undescribable what he can do in barbecue. Darren's got to be up there. I'm going to have to put, that's going to be like legendary in my opinion. Like that's a legendary guy. I'm going to put Travis Clark in there. Travis is one of them guys that took his class. He probably doesn't know my name if I walked up to him, but I can still text him to this day, and he will give me anything I want to know. After that, I'm going to say Phil Breeden. You know, people can't deny what Phil has done. Love him or hate him, I don't care, but Phil is freaking good.
Nobody hates Phil.
Well, there's some people that hate success, and when you're good, some people dislike you. But I think Phil's got to be on there. Where am I now? I got one more. I'm gonna say, man, this is a tough one. Ernest Cervantes, and Ernest and I didn't have a whole lot of interaction, but Ernest is also another one of them that put Texas barbecue on the map. Ernest didn't have a ton of success in competition barbecue, but he helped put us on the map. And then, man, I'll get on this one. I'll say, Rob,
you got Darren, you got Travis, you got Phil and Ernest, and then you got one in the gift shop.
My gift shop, Robbie, is probably going to be you, and this is just for the fact that you have helped me so much in my competition aspect. You've always been there, giving me your chicken recipe when I'm struggling. Hey, you know, make sure you're doing this weekend. You're giving me hints and tips, and I realize that, you know, it's not one of them things that you're one of the greatest barbecuers of all time, but you're one of them that means a lot to me because you've done a lot for me. And so that'll probably be it.
Well, thank you, Danny Regan. I appreciate you, man.
Damn, bro, you're blushing.
I
You're
am
all
blushing.
red and
I
shit.
am blushing.
He's Mexican. He can't be red.
Because I do. I love you, man. And yeah, you and I trade recipes and techniques all the time, man. And you're one of my favorite people. We all know that. You're my barbecue homie, man.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're about to talk about barbecue homies. You got what does Eddy say? We got a barbecue homie, and what else we got?
Here we go. I know who's coming on.
We got a gumball.
A gumball.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
somebody
almost
that is.
If Rob don't answer, you call the other guy.
Yeah.
Definitely Bill Purvis.
25 cent. You put it in a quarter. You put your quarter in, and you twist the knob, and somebody else will pop in there.
Damn it! And the thing is I could
hold up. You didn't announce your barbecue homie yet.
Yeah, you still got to announce your barbecue homie.
Barbecue homie is Robbie Dobby. Everybody knows that.
We have to make sure on the show, bro.
Yeah.
Oh, my man.
I'm not for sure that I've ever known him as Robbie Dobby, but henceforth he shall be known as Robbie Dobby all the time.
Well, he only said part of it. It's Robbie Dobby. He likes to potty.
He likes to potty.
That's right. All right.
It's
all
definitely
right.
Robbie Dobby.
Robbie Dobby. He likes to potty. All right, let's go. Who else is who's in the gift or the gumball machine, my man?
You know, the gumball, I could have put Ernest in the gumball and put Bill Purvis in the number 3 spot or 4 spot or whatever I put. But Bill's definitely got to be on my list. Like I said before, Bill's one of them guys that is just such a nice guy. He will tell me anything, any secret that I need to know. And so, you know, maybe I should have put Bill up there instead of Ernest, but regardless, it is what it is. Bill's a genuinely good guy. So Bill's in there.
All right, there it is right there. Bill Purvis in the gumball machine. Let's go. Hey, that was a great list, my man. You had a lot of quality cooks on there, including myself. Thank you very much. I was always awesome. No, seriously. No, I love you, man. You're awesome, Danny, and you're a great cook yourself, man. And you know, the fact that you've taken what you've learned from all of these people that you mentioned earlier and applied it to what you're doing right now, and you're killing it right now in the barbecue world. And you're not even cooking a lot right now. You have 5. Danny, for those that don't know, Danny has 5. I have stats, Danny. Danny doesn't even know this right now, but Danny Regan has 5 CBA events right now, and he has a 2, a 1, a 6, a 13, and that 13 was out of 100 teams, and a 25 also out of 100 teams. So he is well on his way. If he decides to cook more, look out. That's my boy. That's my barbecue homie, Danny Regan. All right.
Yeah.
Let's do some rate my boxes. Are we ready to do
All
some
right.
of those?
Y'all better have some balls because I ain't holding back, man.
Danny's not holding back, and we got a special guest in the house right now because we want to do a barbecue homie round table with
I knew it was going to be Josh.
Josh Hale's in the house with Sure Shot Barbecue.
Let's
go. You know Josh Hale loves
what's
some
up
rate.
now?
If y'all put a leg box in there, I'm just gonna rate it 0 because I know it's Josh's.
Hey,
Stop
Danny on the other side of the screen.
Josh, what did you think of his Mount Rushmore and barbecue homies, my man?
I think it was pretty good, pretty honest, pretty solid. I'm still trying to get over that thumping he put on all of us this past weekend.
I was rusty.
He did come over there about 5 times. Oh man, I'm a little off, and I respect that. I get it. You cook every weekend. You know, you hit that rhythm. Some weekends you're like, man, I need something to mess up. Danny keeps coming over. He goes, oh, I'm just missing this. I'm missing that. It's a little off. Then we get to awards. Danny, and I'm like, yeah. You weren't that far off. I mean, maybe you forgot to cut one piece of tinfoil. But you're doing pretty good today.
Yeah, he will lull you. He'll try to lull you. Shout out to Wes Garrett. What's up? Armando De Luna. My boy was there in Concan with me this weekend. And Steven Rosinski. All right. Producer Ty. We all know how it works, boys. He's going to put up that there. We're going to give 10 seconds to us. The Gooder Gang is going to chime in, and then we are going to rate some boxes.
Yeah.
All right, Gooder Gang. Do your thing. And Danny, it's your first time, but we do poker faces, my man.
Oh, my bad. Well, fuck, you don't need a poker face for this thing.
Yeah, we don't need a poker face here. We got, all right, the Gooder Gang's chiming in. JJ with the 10. G Walt's 10. Los Gordos 10. Sean Trainer 9. If you give less than a 9, or you got to explain.
Well, keep in mind this is KCBS, so your maximum score is 9.
No. We scale on a 10 scale here.
Oh,
all right, a lot of 10s.
My bad.
A lot of 10s, a few 9s. Josh Hale, you're up first.
That is that's a 9. That's a 9. I can't give. That's a 9. It's a 9.
We go on 10, 9, 8, 7, right?
I know, and I don't.
Okay, all right.
I really wanted to come out the gate with a little bit. Man, that's good. It's a nice box. Just the front.
I'll go
front
next.
row. It's a 9.
I'll go next, as I fancy myself as a rib champion. That's a 10 for me. I would like to see. And again, we're looking at an angled here right now. I'd like to see a little more bass boating. That's a 10 for me for now. Eddy, you're up first. Next.
That's a fucking 7 for me.
Oh my
You're
God.
such a dick.
Are you serious?
Yeah, bro.
There's no
Why?
way.
That's a fucking 6. You can see the side of that third
You
rib.
had 20 Miller Lights.
Nah, that's my box.
That's your box. All right.
I think, I don't know.
All right.
Looks like
Danny, close it out here.
That's just short of perfection all day, so I'm going to give it a 10. The only thing I can see is that second rib on the bottom from the right is sticking up a little bit from the other one, but man, I can't kill you a whole point on that. That's a 10 for me.
And we're looking at it from an angle. If we're looking at it straight on, it's probably not noticeable. Good job, Eddy, if that's your box, my man. All right, next box, producer Ty. Nice box there. All right. Brisket is next. Obviously not KCBS, but always 10, 9, 8, and 7. 10 is excellent. 9 is very good. 8 is fair, and 7 is poor.
Keep in mind, you're not looking for perfection. You're not looking for the perfect box. Like if one little tiny thing sticks out, don't kick their ass.
Yes, we are.
Fuck that.
You guys
I don't know what you're talking about. I don't know what you're talking. I don't know what show you're watching, Danny.
Fuck all y'all. Don't judge me.
All right, we got a Gooder Gang 8, 10, 9, 9, 10,
8.
10.
Who the hell gave it an 8?
9, 9, 9. If you're giving it an 8, please, James Dodson gave it an 8. If James, please explain why.
Oh, explain why.
Nicho 9. Yes. Bell 9.
Love
8.
you,
Tony. All right. I'll go first on this box. I'm gonna give that a 10. I don't hate it. I can't fault it. It's full. Everything is symmetrical except for those. I'm not gonna kill it. It's a 10 for me. Danny, you're up next.
Yeah, man, I'm going to go the same way. I'm going to go 10, even though it's not perfect. I'm not looking for perfection. I'm just looking for something that opens the box and wows me. And this person filled the box up. It's full of meat. They're all pretty much uniform. Yeah, the first 4 slices are a little bit tighter versus the back 4 slices. But, man, I'm giving you a 10 all day on that.
Josh Hale.
Buc-ee's.
Buc-ee's. I still get a 9. I could do a 9. I was trying to go a little lower, but more I look at it, it is. Danny keeps saying it, not looking perfection. I know we want perfection, but it's actually, I mean, it's a pretty decent box. It's a good box. It's full. Yeah.
Hey, Josh Hale, who I consider a really good brisket cook. Are you a fan? You know, it's crumbling a little bit on the right side, lower, right? Are you okay with are you okay with blocking this thing?
I don't think you need to.
Where did Josh go? I asked him a question.
Where did Josh go?
He pulled a Robert Smith and said, "Fuck it, I'm drunk. I'm out."
There he is. He's back.
No,
He's back.
We didn't do that. No,
back.
sir. I will not block. I do not want to block. It is the last resort for me to block.
So you'll let that ride.
But you don't need to block this one.
I'll let that.
You know, I see what Rob is talking about, and I would probably try to take some tweezers. I would try to tuck it. I would do everything I could to clean it up a little, but I'm not blocking. I don't like to block. I don't.
Gooder Gang, what do you guys think? What do you guys think? Are you okay with blocking? I'm not. My personal opinion. All right, Eddy.
I wouldn't block this brisket. I mean, if it's absolutely fucking destroyed, maybe. But most of the time,
block it because it doesn't fit in the box.
That shit in. But
y'all can see what I'm talking about in the lower right.
It's breaking up.
Yeah,
this is gonna be an 8 for me. 8 for the tender quick.
What?
Good call. Good call.
What?
You're still a dick on
8
that.
on the TQ for me. Sorry.
All right, Eddy, but you're a regular judge. You don't know what TQ is.
Well, I'm not a regular judge. I'm a self-smoking gooder judge.
All right, next. Okay, this is a lamb
from Australia.
This is a lamb box, probably from Australia.
20.
We'll judge it on its own merit right now, guys.
Who said 20?
Hey, looks good. Whoa,
bro. Okay.
Are we still 1
to 10?
Poker faces. Yeah, we're still 1 through 10. We're still 1 through 10.
Who's first?
I'll go first.
All right, do it.
Let's let the Gooder Gang chime in. There's 10 all day. 10, 30 kilometers from Pyramid. 10. This is a 10 all day for me.
I mean, for Texas people, if you don't give that a 10,
oh my God, that's a 10.
That's
all right,
crazy.
Guys. Danny, go ahead.
Here's the thing: this obviously has to be an Australian box.
Yeah, it is.
And even though I've never judged Australia, when I look at this, I love it. There's nothing, even though the bones are covering the prosciutto in the middle.
It looks like it's protecting it, man.
There's nothing that pisses me off about this. You know,
No,
the
it's
bones,
beautiful.
The bones are a little bit white, and they cover the middle meat.
That's what it's supposed to look like.
I know, but I'm gonna give you a 10.
Eddie,
prosciutto.
Man. Yeah, I'm gonna give it a 10, bro.
Josh,
I don't know what's in the middle, man. I think it's prosciutto. I don't know.
I don't care what's in the middle. That's just.
It's
I don't say that very often. That's wow. That's a wow box. That's just.
I'll just spray
that does
the
look good.
bone with some duck fat or something.
That's wow. That's
crawfish.
Yeah.
All right, Ty. Hold up. Put that comment back on, please.
It does look
that
like
is
crawfish
Lucas
in a way.
Armstrong pulled lamb shoulder through the middle, lamb burnt ends on the right, and rack on the left.
Man, I gotta give it a
My
10.
goodness.
There's nothing offensive.
Man, it was a 10 across the board.
Congratulations, Lucas. That is beautiful. All right.
Oh.
Poker
I'm torn.
face. Poker.
I'm torn on this one.
Poker face. We'll let the Gooder Gang chime in.
I'm gonna chug this brand new beer.
Brand new.
But I do have some questions here. This is definitely not a CBA or an IBCA or a Texas box. This is definitely a. Is it KCBS? Is that a box?
KCBS are open.
Definitely a KCBS box. And they definitely ran out of paper towels.
Not supposed to judge that. Only supposed to judge the meat.
No, I was just stating the obvious.
All right, here we go. We got a 10, an 8. Sean, give us an explanation, please. Los Gordos with a 10. Eric 9.
Tony
Louis
Nachi.
10, 7. Ooh, Tony with a 7. Spam 9, 7.
Maybe a 7.
All right, Eddie. I feel like you're an accomplished brisket cooker. What are we thinking here, bro?
Looks a bit dry, ain't it?
I don't
probably,
disagree.
Man, I'll give it a. I want to give it an 8, but I'm gonna give it a 9.
All right.
It's not terrible.
Josh Hale.
Uniformity looks good, but I'm going to be generous and give it an 8 because it does look dry. The picture looks dry. It looks very dry, actually.
I'll go next, and I'll ask the panel here, Mr. Eddie and Mr. Josh and Danny. When you turn in burnt ends, are you trying to like sauce the top, or should that all be completely like encased in sauce? What do you guys think?
Me personally, I put a top on it just like that, but all the other sides, the other 4 sides in the bottom still have sauce on it, but you can't. It glistens, but you can't really see it. It's not like the top where it's been set. For me,
Eddie, do you do burnt ends, Eddie?
Fuck no.
Okay, Josh.
I know. I cooked them.
Josh, I know he does burnt ends,
man.
I know Josh does burnt ends. Josh, what are you thinking about these burnt ends, bro?
Josh does burnt ends just to figure out how to cook them. If a slice is good enough, don't worry about putting burnt ends in there. Because usually it'll just get you in a bind and you're going to lose points.
All right, I'll go next.
Is your best meat your burnt ends or your slices?
If you're confident in cooking a brisket and doing slices, then turn in slices.
100% agree.
All right, I think the burnt ends need to be completely sauced all the way around, in my opinion. And I think that brisket is dry. I'm going to give that an 8. This does not look appealing to me.
I'm going to give it an 8 too. Yeah, it's kind of just, and I'm not giving it an 8 because of the burnt ends. The burnt ends don't offend me. It's the, I don't think the slices are dry because if you look at them from a different way, there is some glistening, but they look dry from this angle. So I'm going to give it an 8. You know, the burnt ends don't offend me.
For today.
Oh, what happened?
For one.
All right, next.
Oh Lord.
Oh,
Poker face.
Okay.
Sorry.
All right, so this is a nonsense, obviously, cook here.
Okay.
Or wouldn't it be one of them Go Texans too?
It could be, but
Could
it's still
be.
non-sanctioned. But they are still non-sanctioned. They're their own thing. So, try and help this cook out here. I'll go first.
Yeah, the thing is, here's the deal. If you submit your picture to this, you
I
have
love
to
Jackie.
have a strong enough backbone to accept what people say.
100, especially with comments like this. No thanks.
Well, Jackie's a world champion. She can outcook anybody on the planet.
She is. Jackie's a badass here. And I feel like I am a chicken champion, which I already know. I have trophies to prove it. I am a chicken champion. I'll say that the sauce was put on a little early.
That would be a great assessment.
It's definitely baked a little bit here, and if I'm looking at first slice of the breast, it's a little dry too. So this is an 8 for me.
Okay, can I go next, Rob?
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, so I agree with you. The sauce was put on way too early because you can see where the sauce started to burn, and sauce doesn't burn that quick.
Yep.
The slices are fairly uniform. Let's call them uniform. Same thing. They have burnt sauce on the top, but all in all, it's just a little bit rough of an appearance. So I'm probably going to go with like a 7. And I know that's a little bit harsh, but this is not a horrible box. And if the person tweaks it a little bit, it could be a much better box.
Okay. Eddie.
Okay. So for the whole, the half, go with the 7 because, I mean, I don't think it needs an explanation, but
right.
For the Popeyes biscuits, I'm gonna go with 7.
You're such a dick.
Josh. Save us, please, Josh. What you got here?
Save us, Josh. We're going to hell.
I'm probably the worst one to say.
Man, I'm sorry, bro.
Be constructive.
So, okay,
Josh.
I'm going to be very constructive actually, because with us cooking every weekend, I mean, some barbecue, I want to think, man, it tastes good, texture's good, moisture, it's all there. But if I am judging,
you can't tell that by seeing it.
Absolutely not. If I'm judging this off of looks, I mean, I'm kind of with my boy Eddy. I mean, that half chicken, that's rough. That's a 7 for me. And the slices, I get what you're trying to do there to give that option, but you took the effort to slice that. Let's line all the slices up and kind of make them uniform. I mean, I'm a 7, and I'm not a happy camper for me. It's not a happy camper for me.
I think that's a great. Analogy, Josh.
Producer Ty next.
A good thing about that though is that, man, he didn't have to worry about the juices running out of the breast.
No, they were going to stay put.
Ty, what'd you think of that?
Both of
them.
them.
Ty's in the house.
Stay put.
I think it was. I mean, it was definitely a work in progress. But the thing about the all these pictures are, when the boxes get sent to me, all of them are telling me, Eddy, I know you're going to fuck this one up, but I'm going to send it anyway. So at this point, people know they're getting better by sending these boxes in and just having Eddy murder them. So I mean, to me, it's part of the fun now. It's part of the fun.
Eddy's not murdering; he's trying to help. All right,
I firmly believe people get better by watching this show and doing this. Rate my box.
And I'm not
100%.
joking. I'm not joking. I've actually heard people say that.
100%.
I've actually heard people say that.
People have asked me, man, you dish this out, you dish that out all the time. I do it because, what do you ever turn your boxes in? Heck no, I don't turn I hate every box I turn in because I can always, in my head, as soon as it leaves, I can make it better.
All right, Gooder, do your thing. Do your thing because I need to comment here.
All my boxes look like shit.
James Dodson, what's up, James? How are you doing, my man? Tony Tanachi 8, G Waltz 9, ZZ Top 8, Brandon 9. Come on, guys and gals. I know you're watching. Put your comments in here. 8 from Jackie. Jackie's at the Jack right now. Jackie is going to win the Jack.
Oh, wouldn't that be awesome?
I think Jackie wins the Jack. That would be nice, right?
Jackie.
Nicho 9, 8, 9. All right, I'm going to go next. I love every... No, I can't do that. I can't say this. But
Thanks, Dobby.
That's an 8 for me because I need some more. I need some more texture on everything. It looks not cooked. And then that top, whatever that is at the very top, is drawing my eyes to it, and it's not.
I guarantee in person it doesn't look that bad.
It's not a positive thing, in my opinion. That is an 8 for me. Eddie Morales, you're up next.
That's going to be an 8 for me. Not really a fan of it. I don't know. I don't really have a deep explanation for it, but
that's cool. You don't have to. Josh Hale, you're up next.
I'm with you, Mr. Rob. I'd go an 8, and I see what you said. The very back wing, something about that dark. I don't know what's going on there. And then the thighs, lighting. Very well, and it could be. But then the thighs, they're very unsymmetrical, but that back wing just really catches.
They need some more bass boating. All right, Danny, you're up next.
Yeah, I'm going to say what everybody else has said. I'm probably going to give them the benefit of the doubt and go a 9. I would like to see, if you sprinkle this thing with black pepper, it would change it up completely. Granted, everything is super uniform. Pull that back wing out because it's brown, black, whatever. Maybe it didn't look like that in person. And Josh said the thighs are not uniform, so I'm going to err on the side of the cook, and I'm going to give him a 9, but smacking myself for giving him a 9.
So Danny said black pepper. I'm going to say some chicken fried grind, the rib
chicken
grind.
Fried grind, like rib grind right now would just make this thing pop.
It would help it so much. All right, next.
And we look at it. Yeah, go ahead.
All right, Josh will go first, Eddie second, Danny third. I'll go last, and I'll be right back. Let's wait for the Gooder Gang first. Ty, put the Gooder Gang numbers up first.
Yeah, Ty.
Rob's got a shit.
Probably. And people are really nice, bro.
People don't want to hurt feelings.
Well, and that's why I'm always telling, and that's the fun part about Josh. You and Eddie, I haven't got to spend as much time with you, but me, Josh, and Rob, I'm gonna tell you what. If Josh gives me something, I'm like, bro, that fucking sucks. And I assume, Eddie, you were the same way. But if I love it, I love it. I'm gonna tell you, bro, texture's okay, but taste is fucking amazing. And I know Josh and Rob and I have that camaraderie. We can do that. I just haven't, had the opportunity to hang out with you as much. But that's what comes in my mind is
Josh
I'm going
tells
to give
me all
you
the
my
time
honest,
when he tries
I'm
my
gonna give you
shit,
my honest opinion.
Danny, when I try Josh's shit, I'm like, man, it's amazing. When he tries my shit, he's like, bro, this is fucking trash.
You were lying to you. No, we could all be. I don't feel like I'm anybody to teach anybody anything. It's not me. It's not my thing. But we could all learn, if we could all learn and be okay with taking constructive criticism, you could learn a lot, and I promise you it'll make you a way better, obviously right now we're talking about cook, but a person,
Well, Josh, there's two ways to learn: what to do and what not to do.
Well, yeah,
and
absolutely.
I can learn from everybody in my industry, the best that's in my industry, and the worst. And I can tell who's good or who's bad. All right, Eddie, go first.
So it looks like we got a bunch of 8 and a 9 or 2, but 7, 8, 9, 8, 8, 8. Josh?
I'm not going to be mean to give it a 7. I would do an 8. I would do an 8. And here's the deal. Everybody knows me. I ain't got no wingtip, but then if we look past the wingtip, she's a little spotty.
It looks like a cow patty. I mean, there's no definition between everything. And I'm not going to give it a 7. I'm probably going to give it an 8, but it doesn't tell me it's a piece of chicken. If I got my glasses off right now, which I can't see shit without my glasses, I don't even know what the hell that is. It might be a piece of alligator.
Man, for me. So wait, what did you give it, Josh? You give it an 8?
I would want to give. I don't want to be. I'd give it an 8.
And Regan, Danny, I'm sorry.
Yeah, I'm going to give it an 8 just because 7 is too brutal, but 8 is being generous just because it's just a glob.
So here's man. So I know for 100% this chicken got done maybe 30 minutes early, and it sat in the camera because the fucking skin is wrinkled like my ball sack.
Yeah.
So man, I'm gonna give it a 7.
Only Josh will know.
Nah, I'm sorry, bro.
Did his chicken walk?
I'm gonna give it a 7, not because it's wrinkled or whatever. It's just man, it just doesn't
And I'm
look appealing to me.
7 to 8, but I err on the side of the cook, and the cook, I want to give them an 8, but man, it kills me.
Well, that's why I'm not throwing a 7. I want to err on the side. I know Robbie Dobby, he's a big one on that no wingtip stuff. For me,
cut this shit off.
Oh yeah, as soon as you cut the wing off,
and I'm sure it tastes good though. It does look like a HEB roast.
It looks like a bone-in fucking ribeye.
Well, you cut the wing tip off. As soon as that tip disappears, I'm lost because it's just deformed
when the
chicken.
Tip disappears,
it don't look right.
Yeah,
well, that's what I'm saying.
Non-wing
Ain't
tip
right.
still scores very well in
Absolutely,
Texas barbecue right now.
Absolutely.
I just don't like.
Move
I
to
don't
the
like the
next one.
texture, the look of this right now. It needs more cooking. I feel it's not done yet.
So where are you scoring it?
I'm scoring this a 8. I'm going to get an 8.
Oh, you said 8, but you were saying.
Yep, I'm going to give it an 8. I'm giving it an 8.
Wow.
All
right. Okay.
What do we got next, boys and girls?
Welcome back, Rob.
Thank you very much. I'm back. Okay. I like the effort here. Poker face.
Let the gooder gang go first.
Yep.
Robert walked
What's
in.
up, Donnie?
At the
What's up, Donnie? Donnie's taking a break from barbecuing right now. He'll be back next week. JJ Daly with an 8. Let's go, Gooder gang. Come on.
What are you eating, bro?
Croissant.
Croissant.
I mean, I just fed my dogs the rest of them. 8, too busy. Tony Sinache traveling, probably heading into Georgia right now. All right, I go first here because I fancy myself as a chicken champion, which I am. Ooh. All right, I go first. I'll let Eddie go second, Josh go third, and Danny last. I don't know how you guys feel about spatchcock chickens and turning them in a box. I just hate it. I don't think it looks good. I think it looks what Josh was saying about a wing tip being off and being retarded. This right here just is not something that I look forward to, and I don't know what's going on with the wings over here. That is a 7
Challenge.
for me. That is not
Challenge.
I didn't use the word retarded. Goofy.
Challenge.
Goofy. Not right.
should have been challenged.
My bad. Eddie,
All right,
you're
who's
up
next?
next. I gave it a 7.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to agree with Rob on this one. I'm gonna
Who
go
said 7?
Man, I'm gonna go 7. You know, and if you're gonna, I don't care that you spatchcock, man, but sauce that shit and kind of try to hide it if you can.
Yes.
Yeah.
Because it looks like they didn't even toss it. They didn't try to hide it, and then the wings just kind of like, man, leave them out, bro. And the sauce look.
Josh, you're up next.
Rob said 7 because it's got a wingtip. That's the only reason.
That's not
That's literally. I swear.
I didn't even look at the wingtip. I didn't even look at the wingtip.
Oh, yes, you did. You saw it, and it looked like a giant pimple just standing out to you. You hated it. So
No.
we don't need to get in that yet.
Not at all. Not at all. Not at all.
For you being for you to lay out a 7, you're very offended because that giant wingtip is there. It's not
a
normal for you.
prepubescent penis.
I mean,
Josh knows I never give out 7s. I'm offended. I'm offended here.
And you haven't. Here's the deal: you're offended. You haven't laid out a good reason why.
Oh,
we're going to hell.
It's actually good. It's a good chicken that I would. It is a lot in the box. I'm going to go. Oh man, I'll give.
All right, let me
an
give
8.
Okay, let me give you. Josh said I didn't give a good reason. Let me give you my reason. Let me give you my reason here. Nothing to do with the wingtip. The wingtip is fine. If you're going to lay a chicken in the box, why would you lay the backbone for them to chill out, to cut into first? Now, what I mean by that is most judges are right-handed. Why would you lay the backbone of your breast and of your thigh to be cut in first? I do not like what Eddie mentioned earlier. If you're gonna cut that on there, put some sauce on the breast because you don't want that to stick out so much. Look at that white strip there. That is just unappealing.
That's
to me right now.
Spatchcock.
I understand that, but what Eddie said, pour some sauce on that there, so it's not so visible right now. And those nuggets on the backside, this thing is just poorly executed. I don't like the fact that it's clumpy in the very center of what there. All of it is just not. It's just messy for me. That's a 7. That's why. That's why I gave it a 7.
Well, I just want to make sure I put this down in my book that you handed out a 7.
It was, but this was a 6th place chicken.
Okay, I believe it. It probably tastes good, just not my thing. Was that yours, Eddie?
No.
All right.
Was that yours, Eddie?
My bad. All right, next. How many more we got, Eddie? Ty, we're 2 hours in. Let's go 2 more boxes.
Sounds good.
But
let's go 2 more other than this. So we're gonna go 2 more from this, and then we'll call it a show. Who's the pork champ in our crew here?
Josh.
No, sir. No, sir. Yeah. No, sir. No, sir.
I mean, Danny does well in pork.
I do well.
Danny does well. Bro. Rob does well. So does Eddie. So
I am a 2-time pork
again.
champion.
This is all subjective. It's all subjective.
Whoever got first place at Danny Dietz.
All right, Tony Slushes. Those are some nice hats. No, he said host. I'm sorry. My bad. Jerry McCory 9. Christopher Stone. What's up, Christopher Stone? How you doing, my man? 10. 7 fatty pockets. 8 of a China box. All right, chicken fried barbecue. To all the new cooks watching, you don't have perfect boxes to score. Yeah, absolutely.
All right.
Yeah, y'all should have seen first place pork this week.
All right. Josh Hale, you're up first, my man.
I get the principle of this. I see, from what I'm seeing, I see chopped underneath, keep the box warm, looking good. Oh, Lord Jesus.
Come on, bro. Just be honest.
To be honest, I'm a set. I'm a 7, and I'm being I'm sorry to everybody. I'm being a 7. Very generous.
You don't have to apologize.
No, I do, because I'm very hard on myself, but when I see this, it's hard for me. 7.
All right, Danny.
I'm torn because, like Bill said, we're not looking for perfection, but I see on the left side, the money's on the left side.
Perfection.
The money's on the left side looks like they need to be flipped 90 degrees. It looks like the flat part is in the middle, and what should be on the bottom. I can't give it a 7. I'm probably gonna. Oh man, I'm between an 8 and a 9 just because I want to see the left side tilted to where the flats are on the bottom. At the same time, man, I'll go an 8. The fat seam doesn't bother me. All money muscle has fat seam. So
Not mine.
if you're looking, sucker. If you're looking for a piece of money muscle that doesn't have fat in it, and we know the size of the boxes. Those are huge slices. Huge. So because I can do 2 rows of monies and a row of chunks in the middle. These are huge slices. So I've taken that into account. This has got to be an 8.
Is it my turn?
Yeah, it's your turn.
So I'm also torn. Just like these money muscles. That is going to be a 7 for me, bro. I'm sorry.
All right, we got 2 more boxes. I think I'm up 7. Sorry, don't like it. Next.
Yeah. Right. Oh Lord.
All right. This is a poker face box. Gooder Gang, do your thing. This is something we need to judge fairly. Let's go. Come on, Gooder Gang. You got 53 of you. Down from 80. That was pretty awesome. Thank you very much. Thank you very much for watching the show. Danny Regan brought the people in. Danny, you brought the people in, my man.
They love me.
I think Josh
80 plus, my man. 80.
They love me.
Plus, I love you. I love you too.
Josh.
All right, 8. 9. We got 8. We got 8. We got a 8. A lot of 8s in this box here.
Hard 7.
I'm going to go Josh Hale, number 1. Oh, you're up first.
Where is he?
Oh, never mind. He's not even in the house. Eddy Morales, you're number 1. Let's go, Eddy Morales.
Really want to give it a 7. It kind of looks like it's sat in the. They set the sauce for a little bit too long, or the whatever they did, it was just a little too long because.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the splotches.
It looks like it dried up, bro.
There's splotchiness on the meat right there. It's let me see some more evenness on there. But Eddy, you didn't score it yet.
I think I said 8.
Danny, you're up next.
All right, I'm gonna go. This looks just like that chicken we talked about. Like they set the sauce an hour too early. I like the concept. I love the 2 rows, really good monies, but nothing glistens. Nothing just pops out at you. There's a ton of splotchiness. There's a ton of parts that just look like crusty. I'm sorry, whoever's box this is, but I got to go with the 7.
All right. I'll go next. Josh is back. Josh, you're up.
8. Solid 8.
Solid 8.
I wouldn't say solid.
Josh just looked. He tilted his head and
Solid.
said 8. And you know what? I'm going to do the same. I'm going to look. And I already mentioned it earlier. I think you need to. I cannot look at that splotchiness without saying, why did you not spread it out evenly? 8. That's for me. All right, next box. This might be our last box. Ty, what do we got?
This cannot be our last box.
That's not
is
good
the
enough.
last box, but I'll find another one now that the panel has spoken.
All right, yeah, this cannot be our last box.
Oh no.
This looks like a dog that's horny.
It's like meatloaf.
Lord Jesus.
A poker
This
face.
looks like a horny ass dog.
What's that big giant thing in the back?
Gristle. Golly.
I mean, I know we're supposed to have poker face, but man,
I'm sorry, my poker face is ruined.
Poker
just-
voices.
My poker face been poked.
Basically, my poker game's over. I'm not winning any money now.
Where'd the Red Rocket? The Red Rocket showed
How
up
about
on this
no
brisket right now.
explanations?
Hey,
If you
Josh,
give a 7, that's
Josh
fine.
and Eddie, I feel like we need Phil's opinion from Friday night.
Friday night Phil.
No.
Tony Tanachi says needs duck fat and a filter. I mean, oh my God. This looks like Joan Rivers brisket.
It's probably won somewhere. We're just getting set up for failure.
Oh, I'm totally expecting this probably was a top 3 or top 5 or something. But,
first place brisket, 61 teams right here.
but for me, Hannibal Lecter got over there, and he really went to town. And
First place with the Jack last year.
I wish somebody sent that first place pork from Temple.
All right, hey. Let me remind you guys, poker face.
Who's first, Rob?
as a guy who is new into this barbecue game, it's okay to be.
I'll go first.
Not every
Eddie
box.
second. Josh third, and Eddie last. And shout out to Josh and Eddie for coming on. Eddie's always the co-host, but man, shout out to Josh coming on.
My barbecue homie is.
Hey, this is our barbecue. This is, oh my God, and I love you guys. All right, let's go back to this brisket here real quick. Man, okay. I feel like this is. You ever had some good meatloaf with ketchup on top of it right now?
Ma!
This is what I feel like. Meatloaf, bro. This is what I feel like I'm looking here, and I'm sorry whose brisket this is, but my goodness, it is so red and so.
I don't know what she's doing back there.
I talked about a red rocket with a dog. When you know with that dog when the penis is popping out of his deal. This is what this looks like right now, and I'm sorry, but I'm going to give this a 7.
You got mad at me for saying that a pork looked like shit last week.
I'm giving this a 7. Danny, you're up next.
It looks like a dog penis.
Yeah, bro. I've got to go the same way. I mean, I'm looking at this and immediately said meatloaf. Man, and if the bad part is I have really no constructive criticism for this person. I don't know what to tell him to do. It just, man, it's just. I'm going with a 7, man, and that's about all I've got.
All right, Josh Hale.
I can dish out a little bit of constructive criticism. Okay, so she's very uneven across the top. I mean, from each slice you can see where she's very uneven. I mean, bad. But then
the front piece just doesn't jump out at you.
Okay. Well, the front piece, if I look at it, the front piece is actually a nice piece if everything in the other box, if the rest of the pieces follow. It looks like the front piece is turned over. It literally looks like the front piece flopped over accidentally. You got a little confused in the heat of the moment, and that front piece is different from the rest of the slices. Okay, so back that up. If we fix that, I mean, it's still a lot of uneven, but I still back up that. What is that thing in the back there?
That it's still a 7.
Looks like a sardine or something, but yeah, if you gotta get rid of that.
So something learned. Hey, there's no need to lay a piece over. Take your kale, take your parsley, or whatever you do. Build you for your brisket box on KSBS. Build you a little backstop. And when you do that, you don't need to turn over that little
it feels like that
wiener
slice just laid down.
Well, it laid down because they were trying to prop up everything to get it going, I would think, in my mind.
Yeah.
It doesn't look dry. I mean, it just, there's a lot of stuff that you can really, oof.
The problem is with this box, with one or two tweaks, it could probably be a 9. If you put some kale behind that, you put some kale behind that back slice, and you stand it up, and you put some glisten, some, whatever on this front piece, this could be a 9. It's not a 10, but it could damn sure be a 9 if you prop that back piece up with some kale and then put some au jus on this front piece. I mean, you're talking 2 points all day long.
All right, my turn.
All right, well let's wrap this up,
turn, bro.
We got one more. Oh, I'm sorry, Eddie hadn't gone yet.
Bro. Give me, let me. And I was,
Eddie's,
man, you know what? And I'm
Eddie's about to go Kung Fu Ninja on this thing.
No, you know what?
Everybody do Kung Fu fighting.
I'm gonna do something that I usually don't do.
What?
I'm gonna be generous. I'm gonna be nice about this one because, man, I have a lot to say that can help this cook.
All right, let's hear it.
So, first off, I just lied about everything I just said, and it's a fucking 7 for me.
That was funny. That was funny.
I gotta read some comments.
Next. That's it. Ah, come on, Ty.
That's a bad angle.
Please don't let this be the last box.
Really, I thought we were going to do really good for the last one.
Ty, we need to have a better box for the last one.
Did they add a hinge to the? Oh my god!
No, that's not it either.
Oh my Lord Jesus, we're just there. You go, Ty. Come on, Ty. Get some 7s out.
Dry rub, fucking rib.
Okay. All right, here we go.
Oh, there we go.
Okay, this will be a good one.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
I'm checking that off my Facebook page. Let me look.
Are we settling for this?
Yeah.
Yes, we're settling for that. Okay. Considering what we saw the previous two, yeah.
Clean your lens, Bill says.
We're gonna do this. We're gonna do this.
Clean your lens.
Look at chicken fried barbecue. Clean your lens.
Might be Bill's. And
what's up, the dude barbecue? What's going on, Steven?
This is going to be a really tough one to judge, truthfully.
I agree with Corby.
All right, I go first. Danny second, Josh third, and Eddie last.
I agree with ZZ.
I'm looking through my photos to make sure that ain't mine. Okay.
All right, I'm digging this bird. I like everything about it. I like the sauce. I actually, it's a little too saucy in my opinion. I sauce at 140 degrees. When the bird is at 140 degrees, I'm saucing. That means whenever I pull it, it is baked in. So I said I like it. I'm not 100% sure that I do like it. I don't like that. 9. That's a 9 for me. Danny, you're up next.
So I'll tell this cook a couple of tips from what I see. Those 3 or 4 little chunks that are burnt on the thigh, and there's 3 or 4 that are burnt on the breast. Either strain your sauce before you put it on. That either comes from the sauce, and if it's not from the sauce, it's from your rub, which probably isn't. And if your rub is clumpy, you can take a dry brush and rake those big clumps off. I wish that those things, the first thing that catches my eye are those things, those little tits on the thigh. And I can't give you a perfect because of that. And the same thing on the breast. But if you either strain your sauce or use a dry brush before you sauce it and get rid of the clumps on your bird, that's probably a 10 all day. So I'm going to give it a 9. Boys,
Josh.
I don't care about the burnt wing tip. I don't give a shit about that. I'm looking at the 2 lumps on the thigh and the 2 or 3 lumps on the breast. either strain your sauce before you put it on, or use a dry brush and get your rub off.
Well, I mean, if it's up to Rob, it's not going to be a 10 because it has a wingtip. So we're already. This bird is shacking right out the gate.
I think Rob already went.
It's not why I gave it an 8
maybe a 5
or 9. I gave it a 9. Not why I gave it a 9.
Turn?
Yep.
So you sauce at 140. I turn in at 140. Undercooked chickens. Man, I'm gonna agree with Regan on the raking. I'd probably take a full size rake and rake this shit off my pit. Man, I'm gonna give it an 8.
Yep.
That's it. No explanation needed.
All right. What we got? What we got next?
Joshua.
I think we're done.
No,
Oh, Josh. Josh, let's go.
I'm gonna be. God, man, I hate slinging it out there. I'll give it a. I give it a 9. It's not perfect, but I'm not horribly hating it. I'm not that terribly mad at it. It little burnt wingtip, which for me, it's got a wingtip. So hey, A+. We're working it. We're okay.
Can we get one more box?
A little spotchy. I agree. A little spotchy.
Please. Por favor.
Yeah,
Up to producer Ty.
I can do another box, but is there a specific box you want me to do?
Oh,
A good one.
Okay, I don't really have any good ones.
He said a good one.
Something that's Tyler. I don't want to.
Maybe a pork.
I don't want to end the night.
Maybe
I don't.
Maybe a
I don't
pork
want to hurt
box.
anybody's feelings.
Maybe
No,
a pork
let's rape.
box.
If we need to rape a box, let's rape the motherfucker.
Oh, let's do it.
No.
All right, here's a pork box.
Oof.
Oh Lord.
All right, this is the last box. Y'all do
Okay,
what you
this
want
last
to do
box.
with this box. Let's go.
Shit. I think Rob is ready to go.
I am,
But I'll write that.
but I'll rate this box here. 8.
Oh, we're not even gonna let the good.
Why an 8, Rob?
Why an 8?
Yeah. Yes, sir.
It's does not look appealing to me. I don't see any bark on the edges of the money muscle. It looks like a lot of ketchup here. It's an 8 for me. It does not look appealing. Sorry, whoever's box that is.
I'll give you a half bird right now, bro.
I'm a solid 7 on that.
Yeah. Yep.
I've tried. That's why I was asking why you said an 8. That's solid 7 for me.
Danny.
I'll go next. Yeah. So the slices, you got some of them are an inch thick, some of them are a quarter inch thick. There's 12 slices. None of them are the same. I don't know what that goulash is in the middle. Man, I'm
But the left to right, it looks like two totally the color of the left, the color of the right. There's so much that I don't even. Yeah, I'm sorry.
But you look at the front piece on the right that's got some sauce that kind of glistens, and then the one on the left's got that little hickey on it and just doesn't glisten.
Yeah,
man, I'm sorry, whoever's box this is. I've got to give you.
Put it in the box. It probably was a top 3 pork.
I got it, and it might have won. I don't know, but as an appearance from a 10 down scale, I've got to give you a 7 on this. Just nothing is appealing to me.
Yeah, I'm gonna agree with everyone. It's a 7, and man, if you're gonna put it in the box, maybe think twice and don't.
But also, the judge gets one taste. Do you want them tasting that little gumbo in the middle? I mean,
gumbo.
I'm sorry. It's just not a good presentation. It's a 7.
Not to get too sidetracked, but every weekend we all get beat up by a box that is not what we think is the best.
Sure, that might have been.
We got beat up on this past weekend.
Absolutely, but you got to look at it like, okay, well, I'm going to have to imagine that Texture is awesome. Flavor's awesome. It has everything it needs to have to where
could have been an 8-10-10 or a 9-10.
I don't.
Yeah, G-Walt said the top two pizzas are money. They actually do look the best, honestly.
Yeah. For sure. Well, that's the best two pieces in the box. It should have been on the front side.
Let's give a shout out to our guest of the evening, Mr. Danny Regan, our special co-host. How about Mr. Josh Hale from Sure Shot Barbecue and our co-host of the evening, Mr. Eddy Morales from the Pit Father Barbecue. What a great show. Shout out to producer Ty. Get in here, producer Ty.
Rob is ready to go.
What's up, man?
Me too.
It is time to go, bro.
10:30.
It's 10:30. Hey, but thank you very much. Thank you guys very much.
Into the bathroom.
For that. Josh, hi, Hale. I'll see you in Lampasas.
Nope.
Who knows?
I'll see y'all in Castroville.
All right, Eddie's going to Castroville. I think Josh is going there, but Danny is going to not cook.
Yeah, I'm gonna hang tight for a couple weekends. So, but I'll see y'all down the road, man. Love y'all. Y'all be safe in your travels. If anybody needs anything, let me know.
All right, if you guys are watching, I'll be in Lampasas this weekend. That's where I'll be. So, all right. Well, shout out to our co-host of the evening, Mr. Eddy Morales, Pit Father Barbecue,
this weekend.
And our special co-host that dropped in later, Mr. Josh Hale, Sure Shot Barbecue. There he is right there. And our guest of the evening, Mr. Danny Regan from Hell Yeah Barbecue. We'll hang out here in just for a minute for an after show. And our killers are our producer Ty of the evening, Mr. Producer Ty. So thank you very much. Hey, we'll be back next week with a great guest. So tune in next week at 8 o'clock Central. We'll be back right now with the So Smoking Gooder Show. All right, let's close this out, Case.
Good night to all of you wonderful people in Barbecue Nation, you too, California.